Hey everyone, it's time. It is 80s time. Oh my God, I'm so pumped for this. Safe Ferris. I have a killer panel here. We have the results. We're going over not only the top 25, but I have a nice little clip that's going to cover 50 through 26. Super short. You're going to end up knowing the top 50. This is all done by you guys. We got about 160 lists again. We matched the numbers from the 90s. Freaking awesome. I love this. This is a community event. This is about the 80s, and this is about you guys. So I think you guys might like what we have in store. So let's celebrate the 80s. Let's start bringing these awesome people out here. And let's start with Huck McFly.
What's up, yo? All right, the 80s is my jam. Let's go.
All right. What do you think the top three are going to end up being?
Given the audience, I feel like the top three is probably going to be Batman, 89, Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. Let's see about Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was trying to edit my name, but never mind. So, Ryan, Movies with Ryan. I didn't come up with a funny name. I should have. But my top three, Back to the Future, Star Wars, and The Thing is my prediction.
Nice. Okay. All right. Joe Martinez, who filled in for KB. KB is sick tonight. Everybody wish KB feeling better. Give him some joy and uplifting so he feels good. But Joe filled in. I messaged him like 2.5 hours ago, and he's here.
I jumped on it. How we doing? My top three, I'm going to say, is going to be Back to the Future, E.T., and Batman 89.
All right. Derek.
Hey, I'm on there now. Thanks again for having me, by the way. Not like I don't see you enough, right? But yeah, you put an insane amount of work into this, and I just want to say that before I forget to say that, and thank you for that reason. My top three are going to be wrong because I forgot Empire Strikes Back exists. But I'm going to do it.
Wow.
Number one's Back to the Future. We all know that. Number two, I did The Thing. I was number one on the horror one, so it's going to be up there. And then number three, I went Nightmare on Elm Street because gay horror. And
yeah.
And I know Joe loves it. So.
I could dig that. All right. Mel.
Ah! What's up? I'm Mel. My three are The Thing, Terminator, and Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars clearly is going to be on there, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, now I'm wondering.
First time on my channel, we got Alex here.
You telling me you build a time machine out of a DeLorean? What's going on, you guys? My top three is probably is Back to the Future. That's hands down. That's number one. I don't care if nobody say that. It's number one. E.T. and Empire Strikes Back. I think. Did Joe say the same thing? I had that in my head. I thought
I was close. No Empire. I didn't pick Empire.
Yeah, Empire is up there for sure.
All right, let's see what Garrett thinks.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me. And look at this all-star panel we got here. I love it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about 80s. All right. So my top three, Back to the Future is number one. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to say Ghostbusters is going to be up there and Batman 89.
I dig that one. Okay. And let's see what Bob, my boy Bob, he comes in last, but it's certainly not least. Howdy, Bob.
What's up, panel? Bob here. My number one for predictions is going to be Back to the Future, Empire Strikes Back, and Ghostbusters.
All right. All right, so let's just do a quick roll call. And besides that, comments will pop up on screen, but I'm only going to read certain ones. We have a lot to cover, guys, like a lot. So this isn't a focus on the chat type stream, but I hope you all have a blast and chat it up there. So we got Adrian here. We got Mama Blu-ray.
Mama
We got
Blu-ray.
Johnny here.
Johnny.
Magic Hands. Nerdy with Autism. We got Tony here.
Tony.
We got Marie here.
Great.
4K Lowdown.
David.
Lowdown. We got Mizzy.
Mizzy.
Scroll down more. We have Joe in the chat. Holland Oates. What would a stream be without Holland?
Right.
Always around.
He's everywhere.
Tiana.
Thank you.
We got Film Addiction. We've got Movie Collector Maniac.
What up?
Oh, there we go. There's Hard Copy. I knew I saw him. There's Sue. Wilkie's
Sue.
Movies
What's
Music.
up, Corey?
Oh, this is a fantastic group of people here. We got Steven Movies.
Sue.
We got Chaser. We got James.
James.
So many people here.
Everyone's here.
Yes, Craig. Fluffy Gamer. This goes on
Fluffy
and on.
Gamer.
Yeah, Adam, Draculina,
Adam.
and many more people. You're all amazing.
Even the chats are all stars.
Yeah.
You're the backup crew if we didn't show up.
The backup crew.
All right. So why don't we just get the honorable mentions out of the way? This is going to be 50 through 26. There was a fair amount of ties. So this is going to technically be what would be 51 through because the last spot is tied. But it's super quick and it's going to be in presentation so we could all react to it. So talk away during it. Let's go.
Let's get it. Vacation.
Yeah, Rain Man.
Good one.
I had that.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Beverly Hills Coast.
God.
4.
Look at the posters you're using, Sam. I love
No,
it.
the
I
posters,
knew, I knew you would dig that.
I love the
Yeah.
I love the posters you're using.
Why is
brother.
Evil Dead so low?
Hey, Liz.
I know.
Wow.
They Live is so low.
Do the right
know.
thing. Nice.
That's nice.
That's low.
Airplane. Wow.
Airplane's not in
Those
the
are
top
video comedies.
25.
I
Wow.
know, I'm a little shocked by that. Lethal
Lethal Weapon.
I'm shocked about that one.
Little Mermaid.
I love
Yeah.
the poster
I'm
choices.
surprised that was on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
President went up
man.
above Evil Dead 2. Though. It's wonderful.
Breath.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, Huck's upset.
Nah, Huck. It's okay.
I'm out of here.
It's okay.
Really?
Huck. It's okay, Huck.
The other
Evil Dead didn't make top
Evil Dead at
25?
39. We know it's not
Future 2
real.
got in
Oh,
above
part
Evil Dead.
2 didn't make
I
it.
mean,
Return of
lost
the
both
Jedi
of
didn't
these.
make it.
Wow.
Good, Jim.
Christmas Vacation.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, this is incredible.
Top
I love
A lot of
that.
European vacation made it. Is that what we're getting at here?
Poltergeist. Wow, that didn't make top 25?
What? Hey! I'm happy it's in there somewhere. Oh my
Damn.
god, it's that low.
Nipples.
Wow.
I was happy to see it anywhere.
Doom is all time.
Nipple down, I get
Princess
it.
Bride.
Oh,
I was right in my 25. I was right in my, that's on my 25.
oh.
First Blood.
Oh, nice.
Almost back in.
American
Oh, crap.
Oh man.
This list is
All
wrong
right.
already.
That's my
That just
fault.
Wow.
missed it.
I
80s was
blamed
a
the
very
last one not
special
getting in on
decade.
me. I should have had it on my list.
Right.
At least we
There
know
you-
number one's not rigged with Evil Dead. Tim didn't cheat.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
neither one.
A
Sorry.
lot of the movies on my list are still in the running.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm like, they're either not on the list or they're going to be up there. So
Yeah,
Oh,
top down.
you know they're not going to be on the
Top
list at all.
down.
Lost Boys needs to be on this list. Are you kidding me?
It better
Gotta
be
be.
on the list. At
Yeah,
least
gotta
top
be on
10.
Damn.
Now, Tim, are you going to be okay hosting, knowing that both your Evil Deads is if you need me to jump in? Just, you know,
I'm not gonna lie, I was legit bummed. I'm like, come on, neither one of them. Like,
I know.
It was on my list, Tim.
It's not in mine.
It wasn't in mine either.
Oh.
I only had the first
got-
one because I'm trying not to do.
I've got 4 knocked out of my 25. So
Wow.
4
at
of mine
least,
didn't
yeah.
make it.
I think I had about 3.
None of mine got knocked out.
At least.
Roger Rabbit, that kills me.
Yeah.
Joe's got the
brutal.
perfect
No.
list.
Yeah.
Community.
So far, mine probably don't even make the top 50.
Classic Joe.
Same.
Yeah.
There's still hope for things. That's all I know.
Oh, get out. Take the S off, maybe.
As weird as it sounds, though, as much as great movies are on there, the 25 are absolute bangers, though. So
Yeah.
like,
I would imagine.
something
The
has to
80s, there was a lot of classics. So
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
I have my concerns about Lost Boys now, not being on.
I
I know. That'd be
Oh.
crazy if it didn't hit the top.
I'm
50.
not concerned about that one. I'm
No,
concerned
that'll be
about
on there
Blood
somewhere.
Diner
I
personally.
think
Blood
half my list is like I don't know if it's gonna be on there now.
I don't think that's gonna be good now.
If it's right next to
What?
the two, I'm sure Lost Boys can get it.
Keep the cobwebs on that one. That's not on the list.
I don't think
You
Fright
guys
Night's
are
getting in.
terrible.
I don't think it's getting in.
Friday Night was in.
So that was
It
number
was
40.
thirty.
Oh, was it? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I did see it in there. That's why I
Yeah.
said nice poster. My bad.
Yeah,
My
the
bad.
poster, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
take
you're
a
right.
shot. If your favorite didn't make it, start hitting.
I mean, I know
Oh,
mine
mine-
didn't.
Mine's still running.
Taste that.
Just out
Mhm.
of curiosity, where did you get the pictures for the posters at? Because those are some nice arts.
Yeah, good
I've
pick.
never seen that
they-
Rocky
They
4.
were Google, but I already knew a huge chunk of them. That's
Yeah.
all. That's
Some-
the stuff that Garrett and I collect. That's those alternative movies.
Some of those are actual like slipcovers. I've seen slipcovers
so-
for some of those. One of those is a Mondo for Little Mermaid. No, that's a Mondo steelbook.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, my Aladdin steelbook was that poster.
I
Mhm.
really like that Rocky 4. It was pretty sick.
Dude, the
That was
Rocky
ridiculous.
Horror-
Yeah.
It's
Expensive. Yeah. That's a pricey one.
Yeah, it is.
And the thing is that thing was actually pretty available longer than you would have thought because it came out really early in the game by like Mad Duck or whatever. So
No, it was what Scuzzies or something. It was some little.
is that what it was?
Yeah, it was one of those smaller ones that doesn't even exist anymore.
Right.
But yeah, let's actually dive into the top 25 itself. That's what we're here for. It's bangers. This whole idea is a community list. So all of these videos are community based. I hope you guys dig them. You'll get the basic theme going on. So I'm in presentation, so I have to grab it real quick. I'm learning presentation mode here.
You're doing great, man. You're doing great.
But let's dive into number 25.
Number 2 is going to be
Hey,
the
Tom.
Karate Kid here. I love the Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
It
Oh,
is
Karate Kid
something I
made
grew up
25.
with. It was
Wow.
iconic. It was a movie that I watched all the time. Loved having it on VHS. I
Gush
remember
over it,
being
Bob.
like 7 or 8 watching that the first
What's
time.
up?
Gosh, Bob.
And-
Gosh.
I loved it. I loved everything there is to love about it. Like
That's
I've
my
been
number
saying
two. Change your
on
hat for the show.
repeat
That's my
during this
number two.
video. But I had a blast with the Karate Kid. It's so much fun. It is just 80s
disturbing to watch
to a T.
yourself
It's
on the
80s
screen.
at its finest.
Weird, isn't it?
It is, though.
For
Bob,
the
we're
longest time, I
disturbed
thought
watching it,
everyone
too,
loved
don't worry.
the Karate Kid, but I
No,
started
I
to hear
appreciate
people
It's okay. None of us
kind of
enjoy it.
not speak
No.
so highly
glad
of
I
this
didn't make a
movie.
video.
Some people don't like Ralph Macchio in it.
Right.
I can start to see that why people didn't, but overall, this movie's still a blast.
It is great though.
It is, though.
It's
Mhm.
One of
relatable.
these days,
You know,
I'll watch
I
Karate
got bullied a bit in high school. I love everything. there
Garrett,
is to
you're a
love
fan,
about
right?
Oh, that was my number
Danielson
2. Yeah,
comes
as
into
well.
town. He starts
Just
bullying
great
people.
stuff.
You know,
Karate
he tries to
Kid's
steal the
awesome.
girlfriend. He gets beat
Right.
up.
He cheats in the tournament.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does an illegal kick to the face. It is not
Yeah.
on my list though.
I'm actually shocked that was. I thought that would be higher on this list.
Yes.
For
So did I.
Yeah.
That was my number 5. I would have thought it would have been higher.
Yeah, that was my 2. I think Bob's was 2 as well, right?
It's
Mhm.
15
Yeah.
on my list.
Seeing some of the ones that were 25 through 50, I am now surprised that one made the top 25.
Me too.
I mean, if
Really?
I'm being honest,
I don't think so. I think
No, cool.
I think Cobra Kai helped that. I think Cobra Kai made
Blood,
that
Yeah.
shit.
Blood Diner over there above Karate Kid.
Karate Kid isn't even in my top 50. Let's be
What?
honest.
Even on my
What?
Wasn't on my
Karate
list.
Kid was very relatable.
Garrett, you
And
might
it
be
is, like you
though.
said, Cobra
Yeah.
Kai.
Yeah.
brought it back.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
Karate Kid.
Film Addiction agrees with me. Just
What do
Have you watched Cobra Kai, Mel, at all or no?
no, I mean,
Holy
I
shit.
tried, and then I fell asleep, and then I was
What?
You need to get on that.
Wow.
No,
TV
it's
rip.
Cobra Kai. Maybe you didn't hear it right.
What's
I know.
going on over there?
Wrong show.
Jeez.
So, does
Someday.
anyone not agree with it being on there? Do you think it shouldn't be?
Oh no,
Or-
it's good to be on.
It should
there.
be higher.
Yeah.
It,
It wasn't on
it
my
should be
list.
higher.
I haven't seen it, so I'm enraged.
What? You can't tell, Derek.
Oh wait, you haven't seen it?
No, I didn't grow up with it, nor do I.
Oh
care.
my God.
It's all right. There's going to be
All
one on the
right.
list tonight that I haven't seen either. So
Right, exactly.
we'll get there when it comes. Yeah.
Oh boy.
As you saw with the basic theme, it just so happened that Bob was the starter one. all the videos are not just you guys.
Oh,
Every
okay.
video is going to be different people from the community that put out videos.
Oh,
So
Yay.
some people in the chat, you might see channels you don't even know existed. So please sub to them. This is about the community. So they bothered to make a video. I want to highlight them. So
Very nice.
Cool.
Now, are you going to have a list of who made videos like you did last time? Just so
there's
people
actually in the description for this, I tagged like a bunch of people. And if I missed
Okay.
anyone, they just have to let me know and I'll add them. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of
That was a lot of videos.
It's awesome that you do that.
Come on.
Tim.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So nothing else to say on Karate Kid. No strong feelings either way, other than it should be higher.
Should be higher.
It should be higher.
It should be higher.
Lower.
Just a little bit.
Mel,
I think it was number.
Oh, Mel.
your
It's
luck,
perfect spot.
It was
It should be
106 on
number
Mel's
26
list.
Right under American World.
106.
How'd you know?
I knew. She sent it to me.
I mean, it's an uplifting film. It's
I
got
sent
that
Garrett
vibe.
my list of top 500.
She said, "Can you double check this list really quick?" And I said, "All right, this is this Karate Kid's gonna move down." She's like, "Oh, I gotta send it in. Sorry."
Proofreading list.
That's a sweet leg.
I enjoy Karate Kid. I other people like it more. This next one though, I dig quite a bit more. So let's dive into 24.
This one is from 1984. Steven Spielberg presents. He did a lot in the
John.
80s. This is the 25th anniversary edition of The Gremlins. I remember watching this one and being being a young kid, actually getting a little bit creeped out by this one. But it is so good. A lot of funny stuff in it. A cute little horror film, I guess. you
Didn't
could
even
say.
make my
Love this
list.
one, The
I
Gremlins.
enjoyed enough.
I'm just sorry some of these movies landed, down on the
Yeah.
end of my ranking because I think they're all great, like I said. And this one is another one, no exception. Steven Spielberg presents Gremlins. You know what not to do after midnight because if you do, they will ruin your life and they will ruin your house. But Gizmo is awfully cute and I would love to have my very own Gremlin. But Gremlins had to be on my list. I watched it. I've seen this so many times. I've lost count, and it kind of goes for most of the movies in this pile here. So, Gremlins had to be on my list for best of the '80s.
Gremlins 2 is better.
Oh,
That's a hot take. That's a hot
Just
take.
because of Hulk Hogan.
Derek just crapping on it out of the gate.
Maybe when I was 5, it was because of Hulk Hogan. Now
Eric hasn't even seen Karate Kid, so everything he says
Yeah.
at this point.
You just ignored
because
it.
I don't watch movies about
I loved
I
Gremlins
see
as a kid. I loved it as a kid and watched it all the time, but it didn't even make my top 25 just because
Yeah,
of so many other movies.
Seems easy.
Yeah, same.
so Del, you didn't miss too much here. We've covered Karate Kid as 25, number 24, Gremlins, and there was a whole honorable mentions reel, which I can't mention them all right now.
There's
Right.
25
But,
better movies than Gremlins. man.
Just watch the replay.
Yeah, watch the first 3 minutes.
And yes, I do have to tag you in. He had a great video, and he may or may not have a video coming up later. So yeah.
You have a video coming up later.
That means you did.
Gremlins didn't make my list either. I've got my 25 and 24 are nostalgia movies for me. I don't think if I
Same.
would have took them on there, Gremlins may have slipped into 25.
Wouldn't.
Gremlins scared me more as a kid than anything because I mean that was frightening.
Same.
Yeah, they're so cute.
They are.
They are adorable.
It's a good movie.
So
I love that the NECA came out with the figures, or I
Oh,
guess
they're
it was
great
NECA
figures.
that came in. They got like the
Yeah.
flasher and the popcorn hat dude and all that. Like
Oh, yeah.
they're just so awesome.
yeah, Gremlins has become like a pop culture thing now too. I don't watch the movie as much, but like it's ingrained in my mind, and I
Yeah.
buy Gremlins merch and stuff like that. So
I haven't watched that movie in probably 15 years.
Yeah, it's
How
probably,
long?
it's probably been about 10 years for me. And
I've upgraded it probably 4 times in the last 15 years, but I still haven't opened any of them.
Has anybody seen that cartoon that's out now? I haven't seen it, but
no,
I
they say
haven't
it's
seen it.
good.
That's too bad.
Number 23, though, I think someone on this panel will be happy it's on, but sad it's 23 and not higher.
Roger Rabbit's
Oh,
already
boy.
out.
It's Mel.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be me.
It's not Blood Diner.
Number
If it's not Blood
3.
Diner, I'm gonna cry.
Lost
Oh
Boys.
boy!
Oh,
It's
boy.
probably my favorite horror movie of all time.
Ah, it is
And
Lost
that's
Boys.
Lost
Damn
Boys.
Nah,
Coming in at number
Three
3.
Lost Boys.
wow, that needed to
Favorite
make
horror
my
movie
25
of
either.
all time.
Oh my god.
At least
Yeah,
it
made
Fright
the
Night is
list.
close. but Lost Boys kind of squeezes it out just with the cast of characters and the fashion and stuff like
Wait,
that.
did you say number
Such
three?
a good movie. I just love
That's
it.
where he put it.
That was my number
Great
3. Soundtrack as
Yeah.
well. I've talked about that
Terrible.
so many times on my channel. The movies. Karate Kid was number
Holy
2. Sick of me talking about damn Lost
look at
Boys.
that,
all the
Gary.
time.
Lost
Yeah,
Boys is
Jay
my
Marshall's
number
gonna be on this list.
2.
It's number
Only
3.
It didn't even
second to
it didn't even
one.
make
On
my
list.
list.
It's got the Corey's
Yeah,
in it.
either.
It's got Kiefer. It's got Jason Patrick. And
I love it, but I don't think it's
We have
huge.
the same number 2.
yeah.
I'm with you,
Karate
Joe.
Kid,
It didn't
yeah.
make my list, but I love
It didn't make my
Yeah,
list.
sure, yeah.
For me being a teenager in the 80s and I watched a lot of horror, I only think I have 2 horror movies on my top 25.
That's kind of how I was too. Horror is my favorite genre, and I feel my list. I think I only had like 3 or 4 out of all 25. Yeah.
It was hard.
I was shocked when I made my list and the lack of horror on it. I watched a lot of horror back then. And a lot of them didn't make my list. There was just so many nostalgic movies for me.
I got about
Great.
7 horror movies.
You know, actually, I should mention too. So, Karate Kid, by the way, was 442 points. Gremlins was 473. Lost Boys was 499. So you have an idea on the gap.
The rankage.
Yes. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of impressed that Lost Boys had so many votes, kind of, because I always feel like I'm kind of on an island with only like a handful of people with that. I feel like.
I'm just happy to see it in the top 25 over a lot of the other ones that were 26 through 50.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of shocked that it made it. Yeah.
I'm
I am
happy it's
surprised
over
that it's
Fright
above
Night.
Karate.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotta be above Fright Night, I'd imagine.
Fright Night's good, right where it ended up.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess 50 in the 80s, I'll take it. 49 or whatever, sure. Yeah, it was number 5 on my list.
It didn't even make my list.
It's all right. My
Sorry.
number 1 won't make the top 50. So
yeah,
Mine won't either.
A sci-fi one would be a lot of fun. Hopefully, there's enough sci-fi people out there.
I don't know
Oh, yeah.
about that one.
Huck's got a
Everyone
crew
likes
ready.
sci-fi movies.
It's gonna be all Star Trek.
Yeah,
Huck and I will be
sci-fi's
the
so
only ones
broad,
putting
too.
this in.
I was gonna say with sci-fi, Huck's gonna be on an island by himself.
I will. Yeah. Totally. What do you mean 7 people played the game?
We got 8 lists.
So
We got 1 video and 4 lists.
Huck's like he's doing the top 25 list. He's like, hey, wait, this is my list.
I actually made 100 different accounts so I can play the
Yeah, make dummy accounts.
I
and
knew
guys
it.
so we can make multiple lists and videos.
Who's Rux Culture Pop Channel? What? Shucks Pop Cabin? What?
Do what you gotta do, Ryan. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's
So-
okay.
Some
2001
of
will
these-
be on none of the list.
Some of these points were tight, though. So those last ones, they had enough like 20-point swings. The next one beat Lost Boys by 5 points.
Well,
Wow.
That's not much. So let me go in and pull that one up.
if only one of us would have voted for it, it would have helped you, Garrett. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's all good. I'm actually curious if did anything make the top 25 that you were shocked made it? Is there any kind of like one? Yeah, or no?
Because that'd be
No.
everything on my list.
Right.
Hey, the
Our
bird
number
is
1 is
number
probably
8.
number 576 or something.
If the Burbs was number 1,
No way.
No
Definitely
way.
rigged.
Rigged. This is rigged.
That didn't make
and I'd
25.
ask how many lists Mel sent in. If
Yeah.
all of them.
All right, hang on, y'all. My Venmo just said Mo said, okay, yes, sent Tim $700. Yeah, okay. So it made me-
Yeah, so nothing, I don't think shocked me. I look at this entire top 25 right now, and it's bangers. I mean, there's some stuff that I wouldn't personally put on, but seeing it on there does not shock me in the slightest. It's a killer list. I can't see being upset with this list because it's massive movie after massive movie for the most part. Well, the next one, I love it quite a bit.
Oh boy.
What was that? What was that?
The greatest high school movies made. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This movie, Matthew Broderick is a star. You've got Alan Ruck in this, Mia Sara, and that human piece of shit Jeffrey Jones. This is a classic high school skip day movie.
Johnny.
We've all wanted to do it. We just didn't
Oh,
have, you know, the cool car from our friend to take on a joyride throughout the city of Chicago. The stuff he gets into in this day,
Johnny's
and all the
so comfortable
students in
behind
high
the
school
camera. It's
absolutely love him, except for his sister. And the very end of the movie, when he's trying to race back home on foot to beat his parents from catching him from skipping school, is absolutely amazing. I love it. I especially love the secretary, the principal, just pulling pencils out of her hair. It's absolutely wonderful. I love this, and I can't wait to get the 4K.
I absolutely hate this movie. I wish he was in the car when it fell out the garage.
I don't like this.
Talking about the time when he killed
It wasn't on my list.
It wasn't on my list.
So far,
I don't want to stream anymore.
I had this many John Hughes movies in my list because that's how much I care about John Hughes.
He's at the bottom now. Wow.
You're going to the bottom, Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh God, the chat is killing me. Bueller definitely overrated.
Yes.
Oh,
I would agree, actually.
over.
No.
John Hughes is overrated.
It never even made my list.
who
Me either.
had it? Who
Oh,
had
I
it
had
on
it
your
number
list?
13. It was right in the middle of my list.
So Huck, you had it on your list. Who else had it on there?
Yeah.
Didn't have it on
I
my
mean,
list.
it's-
That'd be on my list.
Only Huck's raising his hand.
How many accounts have it on their list?
Well, we was
Huck
trying
and
to get
Tim.
the top 5.
Ferris was my number one. See,
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Ferris lovers.
I'm sorry.
David. Hey,
I'm
knows.
sorry.
Watch more movies, David.
Wow.
Yeah. I was gonna say
It's not as
I mean, I
quotable
like
as the
it.
Burbs, but you know.
Thank
Okay.
you, Sue.
I don't know, Sue. What is wrong with them, Sue?
I'm
Goodness.
taking all this hate for Paris person.
There's just something like I like Cameron, like he's my favorite character in it. I can't stand Matthew Broderick. I don't know, for some reason.
He sounds like he's always whining.
Yeah, and I just can't stand that character. I love him in War Games. That's like one of my other
Yeah.
favorite 80s
was
movies.
great
right
in
there,
that
but-
too, yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
didn't
just
make the
for
list.
some reason I just cannot jive with
That
his
was
character in
nice,
this movie, and I just can't stand it.
So here's one of my things. I love the movie, but it's a coming of age movie, and typically coming of age movies, though, people learn and they grow throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Ferris doesn't learn a freaking thing the entire he's the same Ferris in the start and in the end. People around him, the sister grows, Cameron grows, like people around him.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. But Ferris himself, he's the same Ferris at the end of the
That's
movie.
okay. That's okay. It's the linchpin for everyone else to learn.
But I always connected with it too, because like I skipped a shitload of school. I would always I skipped school all the time. So I related to this just like I want to wake up and just skip today, because why not? I related to that. I wasn't as suave and cool as Ferris. I was a dork, but still.
Don't say that.
Aww.
Tim's gonna switch shirts in a
bad
second.
thing. We were like, you're a dork. Oh, hey, dorks are cool. Dorks are cool. Shut
You're cool to us,
Haven't you seen
Tim.
Big Bang Theory? Nerds are cool now.
up.
Oh, good take, Dale.
I mean, that's the only way to. It's not. Ferris has no growth at all. So I think you have to phrase it as Cameron's. Come on, Tim. You're way cooler than Ferris. Never. Oh my god. Anyways, though, I'm thrilled it's on there. I wish it was higher. I think this should be top 5. But
no,
not top.
No way.
Not
top 5.
Definitely not.
I feel when the movie came out, I watched it a lot and I enjoyed it back then, but it just, to me, it never stood the test of time. It doesn't hold up like other movies.
Sorry, stream's over.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt with Die Hard that time.
Go change your shirt, Tim. You got to put a different shirt on now.
No.
You should have a shirt for every movie in here. What do you
I'm going to go put my fair shirt on.
I didn't think there would actually be Ferris hate. I'm kind of shocked about that.
How high was it on your list, Tim?
I don't remember my list off the top of my head. I have to pull it up on my phone. It was decently high though.
He doesn't want to look, Bob. He's too sad.
Yeah.
This
it had to be top 5.
No. I'm sorry, Vin. I can't take that opinion. It's false. Anyway,
Block him.
I feel like the primary one's sticking up for Ferris, so I suppose we can look at
I'm the only other one on the list, so it was 13 for Tim. Whenever you find out your number, mine was 13. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, I guess what matters is it beat out Lost Boys, though.
That's the important thing.
Boo, Tim. Boo, hiss.
But it lost to the next one, which is 21st position by a point.
Wow.
Point.
Wow.
Let's see if we're going to demand a recount. Here we go.
See what it is.
And this is probably where I'll start getting slapped, maybe, because, you know, top two, what you got? Just got this one in on 4K too, and it looked pitch perfect. Just watched it again, and it stayed in its spot at number 2, and that is Stand By Me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Finally, one off my list.
Every time I think this is a perfect film from beginning to end.
I've got it
I
at
accept
19
this.
on mine.
And
Mine, it was number 7 on mine.
River Phoenix, Will Wheaton.
It's decently high on mine. I have to look at my list.
Just love this
My list was being pathetic
make my list.
things that weren't going to happen, pretty much.
Just
Didn't make
Uh-oh,
my
film
list.
addiction. Where's the slip?
Where's the
Yeah.
I
to the trash where it belongs?
Yeah, it's in the recycle bin.
I would have taken that
Great
slip.
soundtrack.
I feel like Stand By Me is a decent surprise, though.
Yeah,
I think
so,
so.
100%
Yeah.
I mean, given what was in the bottom 25, that
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Stand By Me is actually a surprise.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it rightfully deserves a spot in the top.
To me, a lot
I
of
agree
people
with that.
resonate with that movie, and to me, it's a great film.
It is.
So,
Very good acting all around, good solid
Yeah.
story, very good coming of age. You learn a whole lot. And it's
Yeah.
based on a Stephen King movie too. Or
Yeah.
book, so
And
or
even
short
in that,
story.
It's
even
a coming of age film about characters.
I was gonna say the way it was filmed, and even the narration through it is top notch.
yeah.
The Dreyfus.
So just think, based on all our ages, all of us grew up at least being able to just go outside and just wander around.
Mhm.
And that is essentially gone nowadays.
Yeah.
I was
Stand
gonna
By
say
Me
that-
makes- think about that now.
That's how I was. That's how I was in the early '80s. I would get on my bike on a Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and I didn't come home till the sunlight until streetlights
came on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
And
lived
that's
out in the
what
middle
I
of
was all-
nowhere, so
I
I'm
was-
surprised I didn't find a dead body.
I would say
The train track.
Right?
Yeah, we know you.
Yeah.
You lived by train tracks. You could have just took them, found the dead body. Mel had her own Stand By Me story.
Right? Stand By Me too.
Actually, isn't there a Stand By Me too? I thought they
No.
made a
I
straight
don't
video.
think
They didn't.
so.
No, I don't think
Hashtag
so.
still standing.
I, don't know.
Mhm.
I thought there was one of those straight to video sequels. I guess not then.
No.
So that was number 21, right?
Yes. Yep.
So
21.
okay, yeah.
And,
I had mine at 19. So
That didn't even make my list.
Stand by me.
Wow.
And bringing the community together and Ferris tearing
Love
us
that.
apart.
Yeah.
Well, half my list is in the 50 to 26, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to be upset half the time, apparently.
Yeah. So far, none of my picks is in.
Maybe there.
25.
I was gonna say so far two of my picks are in. That's it.
Lost Boys was the closest for me.
Stand By Me is so good though. That made mine.
it is.
I want to watch it now. It's so good.
So
Let
we
me
all
put it
agree,
in the morning. Yeah.
we all agree on this one then. There's no Ferris situation here.
Mm-mm.
No incorrect Ferris opinions.
Yeah.
Well, Stand By Me could have been higher. I would have been okay with it being higher.
Yeah.
So
Maybe low teens, like 12, 13, 14, somewhere
Sure.
around there, maybe.
the next one, so Ferris only lost the next one by 3 points. Some of these they're
He's
tight.
not
So everything
letting
now
that
is just getting
Ferris
based
go.
on how much it beat Ferris. Yeah.
Yeah. everything has to do with Ferris now. He's not letting
Number
that
one
thing
beat
go.
Ferris by 567.
We're gonna hear that the rest of the stream now. He's gonna defend Ferris to the death.
Top 23 movies that beat Ferris Bueller.
Dropping on Tuesday at 11 a.m.
You don't have an extra shirt to change into?
So the next one though is actually probably, if I was going to pick my least favorite on this list, it's loved by people and some of you guys might love it. I just kind of don't care. But we'll see what you guys think.
How we all feel about Ferris?
Yeah.
He's already taking his shots.
This is definitely on my list.
Since you guys love it.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
If Tim don't like it, it's on our list.
Yep.
Is going to be one of
Oh,
my favorite
no.
gangster movies of all time. Is going to be Scarface. Al Pacino.
Yes. Finally, I got one.
Iconic performance.
I agree with you then, Tim. It's
And
okay.
I came across this one on VHS. One day, my mom had it.
I got mine at number 12.
And
it's number 4 for me.
In my house back then. We only had one VCR.
In my top.
And it was in her room. So
for me, it
unless I was
didn't make my
invited into
list,
the room to
but
watch a movie
I'm not
with
mad
her,
at it
I
being on
couldn't
the
really
list.
watch a
I
movie.
just got Marie to watch it last
what I
weekend
would
for
do
the
a lot
first
of
time
times
ever.
is when she wasn't home, because I was a latchkey
Yeah,
kid.
Watch the whole thing in one sitting?
She saw the whole.
by myself. I came
No, it
home
took her
by
2
myself.
sittings
Nobody was
because of how
home,
long
she
it
was
is.
working.
But it was the first time she
and
ever
a lot of
saw
times
it.
she would work on weekends.
And she
If
loved
she
it.
wasn't home and I wanted to watch a movie, I'd just go in her room and watch a movie. All of us did.
did not like
She
Dallas
knew it.
Tim hates
And
Dale.
she was
Everyone
fine with that. So it wasn't one of those where I'm being sneaky kind of deal.
Aw.
Scarface was one of those she had on a videotape.
We love you, Del.
At first she rented it, and then at some point
He looks
someone
way
taped it
younger
off
than he
cable.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the version
Yeah,
that I
because-
saw.
7 years old.
And
I was gonna
must have watched
say, me-
that
me
10,
and Del are the
15
same age.
and just fell in love with every part.
And I look a lot older than he
so
does.
Scarface is number 9.
Yeah, you do,
Number
Joe.
1 is going to be
Oh, yeah.
Scarface. That will do it for my top 25.
All right.
That was
See,
quick.
I threw
That was
in.
quick.
That was my number 1. Okay, bye.
I threw in people all over because like some of these channels I don't think many people know about. So hopefully they get some subs, some more views.
Yep.
I think that's kind of what I'm going for with all this. So
No, I dig it. I dig seeing all the.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's only one new face so far.
Yeah.
So, Alex, you had yours at 4. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I had mine's at 4. I really love Scarface.
yeah,
That's
I
why
had it at 12.
Scarface was
I don't care how
fine.
long it is. I could pop it in and watch it for sure.
yeah, that was like one of the only ones on the list where I looked at it. I'm like, well, whatever. I'm not,
Come on, man.
You're the
I mean,
only
it's just one of the most
His
popular
face made me
gangster
laugh the
movies of the
entire movie.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
for
your
sure.
deal with Brian De Palma, huh, Tim?
I like Brian De Palma. I like other stuff of his way more.
Yeah, I think that's my least favorite Brian De Palma movie I've seen.
Wow, Derek,
Wow.
you know what? You haven't even seen Karate Kid. Like I said,
I know.
That's gonna be thrown in his face the whole stream as well.
Yeah.
There's
I don't
so
watch
many
movies
shots
with
being
teenagers.
fired. In
Why
this
don't you
stream.
leave and go watch Karate Kid, Derek?
I'm gonna get your mom to spank you again, Bob. Okay. I'll make me tell it on you.
Yeah, come back and give us a dissertation on it and tell us how much you liked it.
That was exactly what I
He hates
expected. The end. I'm guessing that's what it's gonna be.
He's gonna watch and say the Jaden Smith one was better. Done.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Sadly, I haven't seen that
damn.
one. Oddly enough.
You haven't. So you've seen the
You've
remake
seen
of
the
Karate Kid,
you've seen the remake, but not the original.
Yeah, it was new and I red boxed things.
You guys didn't know that
His favorite Karate Kid is the next Karate Kid.
on Huck's actor channel.
Yeah,
Wait,
with Hillary Swank. Swank.
Yeah, on Huck's actor challenge, Derek had Jaden Smith as his number 1 favorite actor.
Oh yeah, I love After Earth. Have you seen After Earth? It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
He mastered so many different accents in that one role.
Oh my gosh!
This stream is
Oh,
off
the
the
stream's,
rails.
the stream's going off the rails already. I was ready to say
I know
something.
Jaden Smith did that.
Tim,
Number 19 or whatever.
yeah, Tim, I forgot you were doing presentation, and when Dell popped up, I was like, "Dell's not on the panel." For a second, I blinked.
Get out of here.
We're right at the beginning. My face is already starting to hurt.
We have so many hours left. Okay.
So many hours.
Stop the
2.5.
silliness, Uncle Tony. Where are you?
He's in the
Bring
chat.
the table. Bring the table in.
We need the table.
My little friend.
We need tables.
I just love my streams being described as there's so many hours left.
Yeah. So, you guys have a good time?
Well, I meant there's so many hours left that we're having so much fun already.
Mel has her stopwatch like right next to her right now. She's like,
Yeah.
alarm goes off right at 3 hours.
She's watching Lost Boys on a small TV.
That's not my alarm.
She has the clock in front of her, so she doesn't have to look at her wrist.
So, does anyone else in this stream care as much as Alex? Those are other like big Scarface fans, or
Yeah, it was.
I like it. I mean, it didn't make my list, but it probably would have made my top 50
too.
Yeah,
it was my number 5. So yeah,
was it your 5? I watched so many videos today. I don't remember who was where.
Did you watch mine, Tim?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I went on your
much
computer and
sarcasm in my
downloaded
life.
Tim watched them as in they were in his earpiece as he's driving the forklift around.
I have,
he didn't watch them. He just
I have
listened to
6 Scarface steelbooks alone, so I would say I'm a pretty big fan.
6 of them?
Wow.
That's too many.
It is a lot of Scarface steelbooks. They're all
That's
pretty
6
dope.
more than I
there
have.
is a lot.
At least 5.
Same, huh? Yeah.
Hey, what are the odds?
Well,
Bob, you can have my little friend.
I don't want it.
I get that a lot.
Oh my God. Well, the movie though that beats Scarface, I think, is significantly better. It's just a humble opinion, but
how many points did it beat Ferris by?
15 points over Ferris.
15 over.
That's still pretty damn close.
Yeah, fairly close.
Oh my
The
God.
entire stream, yeah, everything is just based off of Ferris. Oh my God.
Top 25 movies that are better than Ferris. That would be the next one.
I think everyone will be relatively happy with this.
It's going to be a new increment of
3, Wes Craven's A Night. At number 3, Wes Craven's A Nightmare
God,
on
that's like
Elm
one of my
Street.
videos.
Probably my
Oh
favorite
my
slasher
God.
film of all time.
I was right. It was number 3.
Gosh, what do I've talked about this movie a lot lately, actually. And, Freddy Krueger, come on. It's amazing how they got him perfect right out the gate. The score is so mind-blowing. I love all the characters in this movie. Even Rod, who's the douchebag. They find humanity in him towards his end in this movie. I'm a fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise overall, but none of them even slightly compare to the original. It is the absolute greatest. It's one of in contention for the greatest horror film ever made.
I think Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors.
Yes.
My top 5 was so hard.
There's
But
my girl.
Number 6.
It was all
coming
horror,
in
Jess. We
hot
know.
With Nightmare on Elm Street.
Look at that VHS.
Yes.
That's what I used to have.
So we have Nightmare on Elm Street. Probably one of the easiest, influential horror movies of all time.
And of course, Jess is showing a VHS. Gotta show that
Great.
VHS.
I was just gonna say she needs to change her name to VH Jess.
We got
That is cool.
We got number 6, Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right.
That was on my list, I think. Finally,
That was on my list as well.
I was gonna say, and I've said it many times. Hot take: I cannot stand the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
Wow.
I don't like any of them.
That is
To
a
me,
hot
it's the-
take.
To me, it's the worst franchise ever made.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I've never liked any of them. I think they're
Wow.
campy and they're boring.
Wow.
I've just
Campy,
yeah.
maybe.
Now I'm getting kicked off the stream.
No,
Push to the bottom.
If you get knocks and your doorbell starts ringing in the middle of the night,
Pitchforks and flames.
It's because you pissed somebody off that's watching tonight.
Oh yeah, I've
Just to go show up
never
to your
been a
house in the
fan of
rain.
those.
It's like, what?
Yeah, so did you guys expect it higher? Because I did.
I did.
I expected higher. It's on 8 on my list, and it's funny. 9 is 3, so I got Dream Warriors and Nightmare on Elm Street like right next to each other.
Yeah.
I knew it would be. I knew it would be on the list, but I'm not a fan.
That's a pretty good number where it's at.
Yeah,
Everyone's got a hot take every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm happy though. But yeah. And it beat not counting Ferris, but it beat Scarface by 11 points. 11 points over Scarface. So yeah.
Wow.
One list away, essentially.
But yeah, I'm happy. Besides, I wish I was higher.
Yeah, I wish it was higher.
3 was on my list.
Wow.
Joe's on your list now. So many more better movies than Nightmare. But it's
Totally agree.
Yeah, but
It's so iconic, though.
It is though.
I'm not gonna say that's wrong.
You can't think of 80s without thinking of Freddy Krueger.
Right?
Like,
But
I
I
can.
think of the horror icons. He's my favorite of the horror icons, of the villain horror icons. He's by far
mine too.
To me, I've always to me, it's always been Leatherface and Pinhead as iconic.
I find Pinhead more terrifying, but Leatherface, I'm a dude in a fucking face full of faces.
I know.
Yeah,
you're
he
not a
just
fan of
brings
that
the
one.
chainsaw around.
I don't know.
He
it's not-
dances
it's
with
not-
Don't hate on
it's
Texas
scary.
Chainsaw Massacre, Tim. You know what? I don't want to hear that shit tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
I
This isn't a
agree.
'70s stream here, okay? Save it for
That's fair.
Like Bob, when it comes to
Leatherface better.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think I got 11 steel books for that. I have almost every release that they ever got for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, Kruger has the best one-liners, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
that can talk.
I've never been a comedy horror guy. Horror comedy I've never liked, so I've always put.
But usually when it's like a horror
It's-
comedy, it's not scary. You know what I
don't
mean?
know,
Yeah.
It's gory and funny, but
Ghostface
Nightmare
has
on
some
Elm
pretty
Street
good
is
one-liners
horrifying,
and quotes.
but it's
Yeah,
also
that
funny.
first
Yeah.
movie is terrifying.
Yeah, the first two aren't
Yeah.
like that funny at all, really.
And 2 actually, that got a lot of hate for a long time, but I appreciate 2 way more now.
Yeah, I like 2 a
They're
lot.
great, yeah. I like them all.
Just understand the subtext, and you'll enjoy it a lot more.
I even like Freddy's Dead. I know. There's a hot take there.
Ugh.
I didn't say it's good. I said I like it.
Right. Two different things. Two
There's
different
a
things.
difference.
All right. So the next one, though, beat Nightmare on Elm Street, not Ferris. It beat Nightmare by 3 points. This is for spot 18.
There you are, YouTube.
I love it.
Next, we have for number 3, we have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles,
nice.
which came out in '87.
I'm
And
surprised
this is
by
another
this
holiday
one.
movie. We have
I am
Christmas
super
movies on here, and We
surprised.
have the holiday
Really?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I really am.
That's the
Kevin
John
Bacon
Hughes
has
movie
a
that got the
cameo in
closest
it.
to my list. So I'll
John
give it that.
Candy is
For
just
sure.
wonderful, so good.
I adore this movie. I watch it every year.
Very funny man there.
I watch it every
and
year,
I
but
just
to
like
me,
seeing him
a lot of the
irritated.
films
He's
in
really good at
the
being irritated.
26 through 50
That's
to me
one.
should have been higher
my
than this
dad
one.
showed me. Grew
I'm
up
starting to
watching,
feel
and
some John
I
Hughes
agree.
hate in the
I
stream.
love
and
it,
I'm not
and
appreciating
it.
it.
Gets watched
I
almost
just
I
feel
was
like
gonna-
there's so many more
Like,
movies
it's
that are better
just
than this
radiating,
one.
like
I have 3 John Hughes movies on my list.
direction and writing. It's
John
just
Hughes is
a near
only got
perfect
one.
movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
If not,
Could
that
have
is
been gotten a
Planes,
lot of
Trains,
votes
and
because it's
Automobiles.
had some releases
I
here
was
lately and
introduced
it's
to this
fresh
one
in
as a
people's
kid. That's probably why I
minds.
have some nostalgia for it.
Probably.
Yeah, that does play into
But
things.
It's genuinely one of the most touching movies I've ever seen, and it's so funny.
I do feel with all the
It's-
other John Hughes things out there,
It's just beautiful.
it is
I've rewatched
kind of
this. I've
surprising
seen
it
this thing
made the
probably
list,
10
but
times. I
it's
love this movie to
deserving
death.
to be
And
honest.
Yeah. That's
I
my
don't think
favorite
I
of
could
all
live the rest
that
of
I've
my
seen
life if I
recently,
could
at least.
watch this movie over and over because this movie is just.
Pure
I
Hangout
think
needs to do
it's-
audiobooks,
it's
though,
what
for
life's
sure.
about.
Yeah.
Great Outdoors is
Just
better.
like, you know, you go on adventures.
I agree.
You try to
Great
Yes.
Outdoors is
I
better.
love Great Outdoors. I think that was actually on my list.
Yeah, mine too.
Wasn't
Well, Planes
on mine,
wasn't,
but-
and I'm surprised that's actually where it is. To be honest with you, I'm shocked.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, even
Same.
thinking like things like Vacation was what 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation
Yeah.
too.
And that too, yeah.
All right, for me at least, the vacations I enjoy them, but they're just funny. I don't find them heartwarming. Whereas, like, I feel like Planes, Trains can speak to that heartwarming nature. It actually says something, and it's fucking hysterical. So,
No, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong, for sure. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm just shocked that
Yeah.
it, at 25 because I'm looking at my list and yeah, there's a lot of shit on here that's not going to be on there. But I'm trying to think of some big bangers that I'm like, well, I don't know if these are going to make it now. But
Yeah, same thing with my list. I feel like with the stuff that I picked, with everything that's happening right now, I'm like, there's no way nothing's gonna make my list except
Didn't
for like
the,
probably 5.
Planes,
Yeah.
Trains, and Automobiles get a rating, R rating because of the rental
One
car
scene. Yeah.
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one scene.
I love it when she's like, "Aw, you're fucked."
oh, we talk to the rental car later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and going back to Ferris Bueller, that's
Yeah, same way. Yeah.
the same lady.
I had
To
to rent
bring
a
it
car
back
for
to Fer-
time in
to bring it back
California,
to
and I was
Ferris
like,
Bueller.
I think I was playing Arizona.
He's a real righteous dude.
Yeah.
Those on pillow.
Oh my god, you can start by wiping that rosy fucking smile off your rosy fucking
Yeah.
face.
That's so good.
Oh my god, I adore it. So at least I'm seeing some love in the chat. So all right,
Well, it's a
I mean,
good
it's a-
movie. Yeah.
It's a good movie, but I don't think it deserves top 25. There's
Yeah.
other
I
John
agree.
Hughes movies that are better.
I agree.
You know.
I
Of
agree as
all,
well.
Of all the 80s, you know.
Watched it for the first time recently, Dell. It's a good movie. Watch it around Thanksgiving. It's the best Thanksgiving movie. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is
the
pretty
only Thanksgiving movie that anyone acknowledges.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I would say, you know,
Blood
there's that one. There's Dutch, but most people bring up Planes, Trains.
Actually, I just watched
Better
Home for the Holidays
animated.
for the first time.
I was gonna say Home for the Holidays is really good.
That was really good. Yeah.
I really like that.
Planes,
the
Trains,
Family
still better.
Man is Family Man with Nicolas Cage. Is that
Yeah.
Thanksgiving or
That's-
Christmas?
That's Christmas.
I think it's Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
We came out in the theaters.
It's Christmas. Yep. Great movie as well.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys are all digging it and digging the list.
Because you
Hopefully.
showed them.
Tim, your streams are always great, man.
Yeah.
Word.
All right, so the next one. Now we're starting to get a jump. So Planes, Trains got 522 points. The next one in 17th spot got 638. So
Wow.
we had a bunch that were pretty close, and now we're talking over 100-point jump to the next spot. So it's crazy though. What voting? I mean, just putting your stuff a little bit higher, you can bump movies quite a bit up.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah, and there we go.
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
There it
what?
is.
Didn't
there
make
it
my list
is.
either.
There's
Yeah,
excited for
that's
Beetlejuice
crazy.
That should be
I
top
am.
10.
Not even on my list.
Not on my list either.
I'd be happy
Yeah,
about it, but I'm just happy I made it compared to all the other stuff. that I did.
1988. Again, this
that
is
was
a
number
movie.
10
I
on
can't
my
find
Who
my
this
right
man?
now.
Who is that guy?
This man.
Oh my god.
So Brian, you only made this
Beetlejuice.
right here because that is an awesome
Beetlejuice.
release.
This movie is
So I
so
just
fun.
wanted to
Yeah, look
show
at
it.
that.
And now it's 2023. It's getting
yeah,
a
what?
part 2.
You
I
got
know it's
that.
long overdue, but I think they're going to do a fantastic
Is that a
job
slip
with it.
or a
The
steel
cast
book?
that they
It's
have
like a
is
Looks like
great.
a
It's a
side
slip
loader.
steelbook.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it is both Huck.
Nice.
That's a steelbook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
This cover
slip
was
steelbook.
banging.
The steelbook on the inside is super nice too.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, I'm not surprised on the list. It didn't make mine. It was just like 27, but
Yeah, same.
I'm not surprised it's here. I like the movie.
Yeah,
So.
I love
Yeah.
Tiger Road movie. I think that's the
It
only
was my
movie
list.
that actually ended
Joe,
up
was it
being
on your list?
surprising.
No,
If we did like a top 30, it'll be in
not on my
top
list.
30.
It would be in my top 30.
Wouldn't even be in my top 50.
It was my number 10. It's
Damn.
nostalgia to me. Like it was when it came out, I watched it all the time. I thought it was
Yeah.
like one of the greatest feats ever in movie making.
Yeah.
Are they still filming the second one? I know
Yeah.
they were
They're
filming
on
it
hold
up in
because of the
Vermont.
strike.
They can't right now, but they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't on my list. I like Beetlejuice. I don't love Beetlejuice, but
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, that release though that you have,
Blasphemy.
Ryan, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a fire release for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's probably quite a bit now, secondhand, right?
I think I got it for about 40 or 50.
That's not
Of course, I had
Oh,
alert
that's
for
not
a
bad.
while.
That's nothing in Steelbook.
Not
world.
compared to what I've been buying.
Yeah,
Right.
that's almost regular price if it was 40.
Dropping the butt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
like a
bad.
new Best Buy.
That's Best Buy. That's Best Buy prices
Yeah.
at that point.
No kidding.
Well, I
Yeah.
think what it was, when I bought it off eBay, but I got it from a UK dealer because it's a UK exclusive, and they don't mark. He didn't have it marked up like if I would have bought it from an American dealer.
Mm.
So you got one over on them.
That's a nice slip cover on there, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It was one of the 50 things Ryan opened. Yeah, you know. It's like,
All right. So the next one, so we had that big jump. Now this one is only 4 points ahead of Beetlejuice. It's many points ahead of this, but it's only 4 points.
As it should be.
Yeah.
This one has a little bit longer video, but the one person in it's great. So she had a lot to say.
I know it's not. It should have been my number one, but hear me out. The Goonies
Oh, nice,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
I know
What?
everyone's probably
You
seen
guys are
the
shocked on
like
Goonies?
100
What?
million
I'm
times.
shocked it's so low.
They could watch
Oh,
it
okay.
in
No,
the morning.
I'm
That-
watch it in the middle of the
Goonies
day,
was my
watch it
number
before they go to
2.
bed, and
That's
never
my
get number
number
tired of it.
21.
Good,
Yeah.
bad,
I
My
saw-
number
guy.
15.
It's on my list. I forget where.
I was
When
gonna
see a
say, I
sequel where
I
the
saw that in
Swamp is
theaters.
moving with Chunk.
it's because you guys are
Finally,
younger.
That's
got
all
one
I'm
that's on
saying.
my list, though.
All right,
Yeah.
so my number
Yeah.
one, you guys, if you've been with me for a minute, then
Miranda.
you know.
Oh, Miranda.
But we
Yeah, she's
have
great.
the
The Goonies, you guys. Yes.
Atta girl.
And I don't know, maybe part of it is that I actually do live here in Oregon and I'm not too far from where this movie was filmed. I don't know. But this film, you guys, it is just such a beautiful film, so full of heart, and it is just a beautiful story of these kids who are, you know, it's like their last day together because their whole neighborhood is being turned into like a country club, and so they go on this one last adventure to find this treasure that's supposedly hidden out there and stuff.
A lot of Miranda love.
I mean, they're just all so different from each other, but they have just this kind of awesome friendship and stuff. And I mean, the whole adventure, everything it takes, and you know, going through the bad guys that are fratellis and stuff, and finding Sloth along the way, and then of course you have like the jocks that are in here, the mini jocks and stuff. And I mean, everybody just plays their part, and it's just such an amazing film, you guys, and just how they work together, and just this one last adventure. You know, so I mean, that's kind of, you know, when you have this special group of friends and you're able to go on this adventure together, I just think it's really awesome. It just makes you, after watching this film, actually yourself want to go on a little adventure, whether it's in your backyard or at the park or wherever. But I mean, I just hold so many like good memories from this film, and it really helping make my childhood and like all the
I think I've always loved this film because it's almost the same plot as Stand By Me.
Goonies definitely my number one forever, for sure.
The more child-friendly Stand By Me.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in theaters as a kid, and I've always loved that movie. I could watch if it's on, I stop everything and I watch it. I love that movie.
It's one of those movies for sure. At any point in the movie it's on, I can just watch it from there.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Drop your remote movie.
Yeah.
You know, you drop it.
Yep.
Like that was my number 2.
Was it on everybody's list? Because Goonies is interesting because I feel like as much as a lot of people love it, I love it, but I feel like a lot of people don't give a shit about it anymore. Like I find more people like don't care about Goonies, but obviously the fact that it made the list so high, it means that a lot of people do care about it.
It didn't make my top 25. I mean, it would be close, but it didn't make my top 25.
I had it low on my list because I tried to give other movies more points, but it was still on my list.
It was on 15 on mine.
Didn't work out, by the way.
So
I think it's also got a resurgence here lately because of Kwan or whatever. I can never remember Data.
Kwan,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Because of his, because of Everything Everywhere All at Once, people went back and looked at his filmography.
That was number 16. That was 16, so we're just about ready to head into the top 15. And as a recap for anyone that just came in, we had Karate Kid 25, Gremlins 24, Lost Boys 23, Ferris unfortunately 22, Stand By Me 21,
oh boy,
Scarface 20, Nightmare on Elm Street 19, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles 18, Beetlejuice 17, Goonies 16. So yes, that's a recap where we're at, and we're heading into the top 15, which with a pretty divisive one. I think you either love it or you don't give the slightest shit about it.
It's not going to be.
Halloween 3?
It's not like it's not going to be on my list.
I swear, Derek, if Halloween 3 is on this list.
Hey, I'm wearing my shirt.
Halloween 4? Come on, guys.
I was going to say Halloween 3 is the best Halloween. It should be on the list.
No, over the original?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
yes.
Not tripping.
Yes.
Joe Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's Halloween.
Yes. Credibility, Joe.
No, smoke.
I'm telling you.
It's definitely not the best one.
It's the most original, and there's something to it. Like I love the first one. I have a giant statue of Michael Myers over there. Like I love it. But Halloween 3 is this cool, like horror sci-fi blend. There's more going on instead of just a dude in a mask stalking a girl to kill her. Like it's.
Let's see the number 15.
It's not going to be Halloween 3. There's no way it's Halloween 3.
On this list is probably one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time to me, but yet not my favorite sci-fi movie on this list. Although if I made a different list, it probably would be higher. Who knows? But anyway, that is 1982's Blade Runner. This is this movie that I can watch endlessly, and I start picking out little bits and pieces. I love coming up with little theories about, whether or not Deckard is a replicant or not. And I find new things every time I watch this movie, and it changes my perspective on how I watch it. So this is a movie I love to just watch and think about, and Blade Runner.
Number 5. Blade Runner, may have heard of it. Blade Runner is just transformative in the history of cinema. I think still most films struggle to create an atmosphere, even with all the money in the world, that Blade Runner does sort of.
The atmosphere is incredible in Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, it's outstanding.
I need a periwinkle blue coat around front of me, Ma.
A lot of it is me giving them more money.
I like Blade Runner, but I watched it mostly just to see Sean Young.
To create a more authentic feel sometimes.
Watch Ace Ventura for that.
What a
She looked better in Blade Runner.
Film, but also what a film.
She looked great in Blade Runner. That's it.
I have not seen either Blade Runner. I own them both on 4K,
Right.
and I need to do. I'm going to watch them one day back to back.
I was gonna say Blade Runner 2049. Marie loved it so much she watched it 3 times in like a month.
Number one
First month that we got it, she loved it.
Yeah, that's definitely in the top 5 or 6 apparently. Movie or not on there at all.
Who on this panel is the give a shit crowd, and who are the ones that don't give a shit? 'Cause I'm in the give a shit.
I give a shit. I like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I give a
It wasn't
shit.
on my list, but I think it's a great movie. But I mean, the good news is, when it comes to this, is the 2 people that just did the Blade Runner. I mean, at least we know that Huck's got more people that'll do his challenge now.
Yeah,
so that's kind of a win. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, they'll definitely
There you
do
go.
it for sure.
All right.
Where were you guys this week? Come on.
Smell of number 1.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in my top 100, but I love the movie. I think it's a great film.
Yeah, it's great.
It made about 25.
Yeah, I didn't make my list, but it's a great movie.
Right next to Ferris.
Okay.
Right above.
Joe, it's okay.
It's right under Ferris.
I think Karate Kid was Mel's 104th on her list.
106.
So,
Yeah,
106.
106. Yeah.
All right, so we are now going on to 14. One of the people talking in this video is absolutely beloved in the community because she's amazing, and I adore this freaking movie. And you guys better not tear it apart. I swear to God.
We're gonna tear it apart.
One of Mel's made the list.
Here it is, number 1
Nope, I'm
of
probably
my
not.
all-time favorite movies. I will watch this movie now over and over and over again. I could probably tell you the script as it goes through. It is The Breakfast
Like it's
Club.
gonna be Breakfast.
Molly
Yes.
Ringwald
Yeah.
in here.
I'm
This
okay with
was a fantastic film about
we're not tearing this movie apart. This movie is amazing.
who
Same.
completely polarized.
It was my number 4.
Had no idea who each other were, and they judgmental, and they had their own little cliques. And by the end of the film, they all became best friends. And I wish they would have made a second one so we could have
No,
seen
we don't need a
what
second.
happened.
No.
Yeah.
on
We don't
Monday
need a
morning.
second. Second would have ruined it.
to watch more of it,
movie
No.
is The Breakfast Club.
I need the
For
Criterion.
me, it has to be The Breakfast Club. This
Wait,
movie
I know they
means a lot
Criterion
to
got
me.
released to 4K, so I might
I
as well
said
wait
a
for that.
lot of stuff about it a couple of videos ago when I was talking about my Rad 9 movies that made me. This movie really educated me about life. And I know I'm getting a little bit serious when I talk about this film, but it is
This movie is
necessary.
serious. Talk
Because
about it.
when I was younger, this film came out in 1985. So I watched this, I think, for the first time, probably 8, 9 years old. When you're that young, you're not really thinking about super serious topics
sorry,
in
Sue.
life, like abuse or being ignored at home, your parents not being there for you. Because in my household, we didn't live like that. I had a great upbringing. I was very, very fortunate. This movie really educated me on how other kids are possibly living their lives at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best thing about it, honestly.
Yeah, it
is.
Yeah. I was gonna say how Tim was with Ferris. That was me. I was always in detention. I was always getting in trouble in school.
You should have skipped school more often. He would have been there.
Yeah.
I was more like Michael Anthony Hall's character. That was me in school.
The jock. Or no,
I'm the
smart
nerd.
guy. You're the nerd. Yeah.
We were all the nerds.
I'm the nerd. Yeah,
He brought a flair.
You know?
I don't know what the hell I was though, because I was the nerd, but also the troublemaker. So I don't know if that's because I was also in detention a lot, and I was suspended 7 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a badass.
I was
And you said you were a geek? Geeks don't get out.
He was actually like a bully or something.
Out of here.
I was not a bully. No, I
outta
like
here.
got suspended for fighting and
see.
Well,
Oh my God.
Fighting. It's different. Not picking on people.
I was the same way. Because when I was in school, I was in detention always for fighting. Got expelled twice, and if it wasn't for that, I was always with drumsticks hitting on something because I was always with the band kids, and probably why I got into a lot of fights because people picked on the band kids.
Breakfast Club
Should
didn't
have
even
been
make
beating
my
on him
list.
with the drumsticks.
Did it make your list?
Trust me, I have.
So I made my video. I sent Tim my list, and then I started watching other people's videos. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
It should be on my list.
Yeah. Yes. It's amazing. It made 11 on mine, I think.
It's
I don't know how I
the only one that didn't have it on their list.
I didn't have any.
I didn't
John
have it on
movies
my list.
I had it on mine.
Yeah, I would not.
I like, although the 3 that we've had are probably my 3 favorites, so I'll give it that at least.
So I loved that the whole scene though when they're all sitting around in like the upper part in the circle and they're all talking about why they were there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of improvised dialogue in there, and you can't tell. It all flows so well.
Yeah.
You get such a good sense of they're all so different, but they're so the same also.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all just kids just trying to get by. They're struggling with their social interactions and everything.
They're all trying to find their place in the world.
Yeah, it's a timeless movie. Absolutely timeless.
Yes,
I agree.
No matter how different they may think they are in their cliques, they're all the same.
Yep.
I wasn't starting the rumble, so much as defending myself.
Rumbles, I love.
I also a couple of the suspensions were things like problems with the teachers or destroying school property, but that's
oh yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
That's just
You may or may not have burnt his
I was gonna say the worst thing I got expelled for was, and I hate to say this, but I actually slammed a teacher into a locker. But it was by accident. It was by accident because I was fighting a kid in the hallway, and somebody grabbed me, and I turned around and I grabbed him and I slammed him into the locker, and I didn't realize it was a teacher.
So you're like the kids on Cobra Kai because the school fight, they literally beat up the teacher. Teacher's like, nope, I'm okay. I'm going this way.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that I didn't get into more trouble besides only getting expelled and my grandmother having to pay for $181
Joe
window.
goes into fits of blind rage and destroys everything around him.
I was when I was a young kid, I was always fighting. That was my thing. I was always getting into fights.
I'm going to bring this one up just because we're on the topic. So my very first suspension was like 7th grade. I think 7th grade, just coming into like middle school. And we you know how kids would set up fights with each other sometimes. Like, I'll meet you at such and such place at this time.
Right.
So
Does that actually happen?
Yes.
Yes, it does. I was gonna say it happened. I got suspended 5 times in 3rd grade for fighting.
Third
grade.
Third grade.
I was 8 years old. Like I said, if you ever saw Plaid's Top 5, I speak on why I was such an angry kid. But I was such an angry kid when I was younger. I got into a lot of fights. I had the worst chip on my shoulder.
It's okay. When I
life.
was in kindergarten, I took a pair of scissors. We were playing with scissors. You know, I had to do something for scissors, and I cut the girl's hair in front of me.
Oh,
5 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
About that.
That's
I've only done.
yet.
I done the gum. I did the gum in the hair, but I never cut anybody's hair.
You crossed the line, Bob.
I was just
Yeah.
jealous.
It was all like
Cutting girl's hair.
doing all this stuff.
That's too much.
That's too much.
My 7th grade suspension.
girl said that's too
I'm
much.
curious what you guys think on this. We set up the time though to fight, and it was a half hour after school. It was behind the grocery store that was close to the school, and we do this fight, and it ends up carrying over to the next day. at school, but we didn't get to the fighting aspect yet. And the teachers split us up, what happened and all that. They find out about the fight the day before. We got suspended because we fought after school, and the school claimed that we belonged to them for a half hour after school.
That is true.
That is true because I was gonna say I had a motorcycle accident on my way to work, and I was out of work for a year. I got workman's comp because I was covered an hour before and an hour after from work. So it's the same thing with that. With certain laws in certain states, it covers
travel time. They figure in travel time and all that. You're technically
because they look at it as you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for that reason.
What's crazy though is my mom tried arguing it. So the house I currently live in, same house I was in then, and it's 5 minutes from the school. So like I made it home, ate something, and then went to this fight. So like I was already
fight on an empty stomach.
He went home to put his Ferris shirt on.
No, now
this
I
kid
see why you
touches me
guys
in the
are
stomach.
fighting.
I'm puking on him.
Went to go put his Paris shirt on.
Yeah, Ferris shirt and pea soup so he could throw up on him when he gets hit in the stomach.
Oh my Lord. All right. So all right. Breakfast Club was 14th with 697. The next movie in 13th, 708 points. So it's not that big of a gap. Again, this could have been jumped by just one vote really higher, but
we got like all bangers coming up. Let me just
right.
get through it. This one doesn't really need too much of an explanation. It's one of the greatest action movies of all time. That is Predator.
There
Arnold
There we go.
Schwarzenegger.
Didn't make my list.
Another
You
one
can't
that's on my
beat it.
list. Let's go.
It's one of the best. Scary.
Dylan, you son
It's
of a
action
bitch.
packed.
Yeah.
And I love
I ain't
it.
got time to bleed.
Yeah. And look,
Stick around.
is anybody going to point out back-to-back Carl Weathers movies? Rocky
I mean,
3,
there you go.
Predator.
Dylan, you
Lots
son
of
of a bitch.
testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Greatest handshake in cinema history.
Bruh, say it
I love
again.
Predator. I
Say it
think
again.
it's more than just like a cheesy action film from the 80s. There's
to the chopper.
a lot of great tension there.
It's
and
really like a horror movie.
the
too, at
last
the
like
same
30
time.
minutes
Horror
where
movies,
sci-fi,
sci-fi,
horror,
action
action,
between him and the
like
Predator.
3
and
different genres in one movie.
just fantastic.
Yeah, this is
Fantastic.
also when
Also a
the
love
director
story.
was just, the director. Right?
John McTiernan.
Exactly. You got your.
Yeah.
He had the same juice.
He did
that
another
had in
great.
Die-
He did another what some people would say is a great action movie of the 80s. That is not on my list.
What?
What?
Oh my
Die Hard
God.
is not on my
Talking
list.
about
It's not
Die
a
Hard.
Christmas
It's
movie,
not.
and it's not
It's a
on my
Christmas
top
movie.
25
No,
either.
just note
Ben,
here,
don't
Ken is
start.
100% wrong. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry,
It is
Ken.
so
You're
not.
wrong.
It is
Yes,
so
it
not.
is. It's a Christmas movie.
You
No, it
better
isn't.
watch it, Joe. You're already on my list tonight.
It's Christmas.
Coming in at number 18.
Die Hard is
it's gonna
I'm
be
making
Predator.
everybody's
Of
list
course,
tonight.
I know. I get it. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator. This movie is great. It's one of the best action movies of all time. I mean, you really just have a ragtag bunch of people fighting an alien out in the jungle. What more do you
That
want?
was my 17. It was on for
I usually
17.
It was my number 2.
I didn't
Wow.
have it on there, but
Not on my list.
Put it on.
I had it on there, but I wanted to get
Marie
one
and Joe
against
are
the
wrong
lost
about
myself.
Die Hard not being a Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I was gonna say me and Bob always go about Die Hard. I always say it's not a Christmas movie.
The plot revolves
Missy.
around it being Christmas and Nakatomi Plaza being at bare minimum in order for the whole thing to work. You throw that in any other day of the year, Die Hard never happens.
And I say that. I tell everyone that he goes there because they're having an event for Christmas. That's why he's
Yes.
going.
Yeah.
The tower
He's
is
not going
shut
there
down.
for Halloween.
Yeah, it is shut down
He's
for
not going
that
there for
Christmas
Halloween,
party.
guys. He's going there for Christmas, guys.
Christmassy enough.
Just take a shot every time you hear something about Christmas. You will be drunk by the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Well, I did an
That's
entire
what
movie
determines
of
if it's a
Frank
Christmas
Zappa,
movie.
Home Alone.
I do that for every Christmas movie.
I love it.
Take a shot every time.
I like how we're talking Die Hard right now, and the pick was Predator.
No, Predator is awesome too.
Predator's good, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Predator.
I
That is
didn't-
a good movie.
I didn't
I
realize
wonder if
until about 2
Die
weeks
Hard's gonna
ago.
make this list, Tim.
I was gonna say Die Hard better be on this list.
It's in the top 10. Don't worry.
I didn't realize
I-
until about
again-
3 weeks ago that
really high
Shane
on my
Black is actually in the movie. Like he is the guy with the glasses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Director
You know what?
Shane Black.
So you know how Ryan said he forgot like one on his list? Right now I'm thinking about it, and Die Hard absolutely would have made my top 25, and I totally forgot about it.
Oh, it's on my list for sure.
Die Hard.
It's not on my list.
Not on mine.
Yeah.
No, it's okay to be wrong.
It's my number 9. No.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I had Predator on mine, but I wanted to give Running Man love, so I was like, I'm going to put Running
Man.
I thought the same thing.
Over
I
Predator?
think Tim and I can have Running Man on our list, and everyone else will like Predator.
Yeah, Running Man is totally on my list.
Running Man is actually my favorite Schwarzenegger.
I was going to
Are you
say
serious?
same.
I'm serious.
Over T2?
Same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like it that much,
I'm the
but
same
I-
way.
That's the hottest take I've ever heard, Tim.
I was going to say, to me, Running Man is the best Arnold film. Same thing.
I mean, you could have said Raw Deal. That would have been
lies
worse.
over Running Man.
Raw Deal.
I love Running Man.
Running Man's cool. I mean, Running Man was on my maybe list, but Die Hard wasn't on my maybe list at all. It was not even like in sight for me.
Wow,
Oh, damn.
Like I like it, but I mean, it's not a favorite of mine. I watch it every few years.
Every Christmas?
No.
Watch it every
No,
Christmas.
Jesus. Every Christmas. Commando, yes. Did Commando make my list? Oh, it did not.
Commando's fun. It's
Yeah.
a lot of
Commando's
fun.
good.
Yeah.
It's no Running Man, though.
Yeah.
Yo, Marie said Jingle All the Way is the best Arnold.
Oh, hell no.
And it's a Christmas movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really a
That's
Christmas movie.
that's a Christmas movie.
Like I really see why
not
people
Die Hard.
argue.
Waiting for Joe to say Jingle All the Way isn't a Christmas movie.
No, it
I see
is.
why people argue that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie because it's not a Christmas movie.
It's just
but
because
it
it's
is
not
a Christmas
snow.
movie.
If it was snowing,
Yeah.
I bet they'll say it was a Christmas movie.
But
It doesn't snow in Hawaii, and they have.
But was
Christmas.
it marketed as a Christmas movie back in the day? Because I didn't like even think about it until I was older.
No.
that it was a
You know what,
Christmas
July
movie.
it came
I
out.
think it came out in the summer. I think
Yeah, it came out
Right.
in July, but Christmas in July is a thing too. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
started Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Come on, let's save this for the Die Hard conversation.
Right.
Up on the
We'll
list.
just talk about
Die
Predator.
Hard shows up
Let's
on
talk
the
about
list.
that.
And we're all like,
What number are we on, Tim?
Tim, did you link
13.
Huck's video
13.
where he describes for an hour why Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Did you put that in the link?
yes, I did.
Description?
I didn't put that in because I don't know if Die Hard is in this. But
Oh, it's in it.
He doesn't
He
know.
knows. He's just saying that for us.
anyways, we're going on to number 12, which has so Predator had 708 points. Number 12 has 729. So talking a 21-point jump here. That's someone's list, top or bottom. So it's decent, but this is the person that I put. He made a pretty good reason why this movie is pretty great. So let's find it. There it is.
Video number 2 is going to be Batman 89 with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Batman 89, most definitely a banger.
Is that number 12?
Batman
My number 12.
Yeah, that's
89.
That's my number 12.
Now again, I was watching Dell's list, so I saw a couple
Not
lists.
on my
and I
list.
saw his was the most recent one that I watched, and he's right. When they first they advertised the hell out of this movie for months, probably in my area, probably because he grew up in New York, I grew up in Philly, so we basically neighbors. All you saw was advertisements for this. All you saw was billboards for this. This was everywhere. The hype for this movie was too real. But like I said in one of my previous videos, when the public got wind that Michael Keaton was being cast as Batman, there was a lot of backlash. When they released that trailer and saw Keaton as Batman in that trailer, everybody shut up. All the critics shut right the hell up.
That's usually how it
Everybody
goes.
was just, at that point, when they released that trailer, Michael Keaton was damn near solidified. When the movie came out and people saw it, Michael Keaton was Batman. All the naysayers, they had to shut up and eat that crow straight up.
Hell yeah, say it again.
I totally agree with everything he said because I think I almost said the same thing when I pulled it on mine. But it's true. I mean, the hype was insane for that movie.
That guy just told me on his channel already, and I don't know who that is.
That's literally the purpose of this, though. That is exactly. I'm hoping people find new channels and things like that.
So Beetlejuice came out in '88, and Keaton was cast as Beetlejuice because he was a comedian, And when they said, okay, Tim Burton pulled him from Beetlejuice to Batman, the backlash was huge. Like, this comedian's not going to be a good Batman. And Burger King, McDonald's, all the toys, the cups, all the just advertising. It was the first really big comic book movie in a long time.
Like 10 years in front since
Yeah.
the first Superman movie.
And it was a different Batman too, because everybody was used to Adam West, and this new
Mhm.
Batman was out. I mean, I remember seeing it in the movie theaters opening night, and it was insane. Batman '89 was my number 4. It's my Batman, as simple as that.
Yeah, I didn't make my list.
It's my number 12. Like
I don't
literally,
think I
on
had
the
it in
dot.
mind, but I have no complaints with it being there.
Yeah, same.
I can't remember if it made mine or not. I'm looking at the list for this, so I can't have my list up also.
It's one of those. It's on everyone else's list, so I don't need to help it out. Movies, which there's plenty of, like Predator, for example.
Yeah.
Well, that knocks out my prediction for the top 3 because I had it as 3, 2, 1.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you did.
I did my Nightmare on Elm Street. That was
So,
ways
no,
ago.
I didn't even have it.
So far, all 3 of mine are still in the running.
Nice. Are we in the top 10 now already?
No, we are
we're at
going
11.
to
We're at 11 now.
11.
We're moving pretty quick, Tim.
We
Right
are.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Is 11 Blood Diner?
yes. How did you know?
Oh my God, no.
Critters.
I lost all hope
Critters.
for that movie.
Yeah, I'll take
okay?
Critters over Gremlins any day.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
This is, you know what? Never mind. It's not what I was gonna. It's Blood Diner. That's it. Number 11.
Wow.
Moving on to number 10.
Number Definitely not.
Is RoboCop from
Nice.
1977. Absolutely one of my all-time
And
favorite movies.
it didn't make my list.
Should've
Didn't
Okay.
make my list.
I was starting to get a little nervous that it wasn't going to make the
number
list.
one,
Right?
but I don't think it beats out number
He
one. and
shoots
number
somebody
two,
in the dick.
at least not in terms of Brady's feelings.
That's right.
But, I love this movie. Peter Weller, Nancy Allen.
Been wanting to watch
The
RoboCop a
direction
long
by
way.
Paul
It's gonna make
Verhoeven,
me
just
want to watch it even more. I
absolutely
really like
classic.
it.
Ultra violent as hell. And
Love
a
that,
commentary
love
on
that.
commercialism,
That movie since I was
capitalism.
5 years old.
It has more to say than just a lot of
lot of
violence.
kids
So,
watch this movie
RoboCop. The
too
sequels
young.
have all
That
pretty
opening
much not
sequence
been
I was
as
one.
Same.
The
Insane.
remake
I
didn't
watched it when I
capture
was
this
too
as-
young. I was like,
Yeah, me too.
didn't get
7
the
years
spirit of
old.
This movie,
Yeah.
right?
I had this in Total Recall
This
taped on
is
HBO and
an
I watched
Oh
all-time
it.
my
classic.
God, I love
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, Total Recall.
When they blew Weller's hand off, that shocked me so
Oh
much.
God, yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Boom! I was like, oh my God.
It was wild because RoboCop was kind of even geared a little bit towards kids. Like I remember having there was like a
Was it?
cartoon, there was toys and all that
Yeah, I got
stuff.
some figures. I think RoboCop 3 is when they had all the toys and
No,
stuff.
man. When
Yeah.
I saw when you see that coworker get destroyed by the robot, I said, "This is not. I shouldn't be watching this."
Oh yeah.
Like,
And the muck man that gets hit by the car and blown
Oh,
apart.
yeah.
after he gets
Yeah,
shot,
like,
sludge
yeah.
on him.
Great effects in this movie for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Didn't
This
make
is my
list.
number 5. Who else has got it on their list?
I have it on mine.
I don't have it on mine.
I don't have it on mine.
It's on mine.
If
I
I did
like
top
it.
30, it'd be in my top 30.
I'm a fan. It didn't make.
Yeah, it was top 20 for me.
That's
That's a
the
good
top
movie, though.
movie that you said that'll be in your top 30.
I
Between
appreciate
26 and 30, Alex.
I know I'm pushing it, right? I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
grammar has never been my best, so I appreciate that. I'll change the yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there's,
Yep.
oh
Come
yeah,
on,
but
Tim,
yeah,
get with
this
it.
lady is. Yeah.
I've never. Maybe I need an editor.
Sir, we're a bunch of nerds that watch movies. We don't write essays.
Right.
Spelling
the
doesn't count.
criteria to do.
Half of that we don't script our videos. We just go and talk.
Yeah.
I barely speak well. Never mind write well.
I didn't
I'm
even
the
think
same.
about that. I mean,
You
he
don't
is
speak
technically
good.
correct.
All right, so yeah, that we're already going into the top 10.
Wow.
Not bad. So
My list is looking pitiful now.
Right.
Same.
I might have 5 or 6 on here.
Did Blood Diner get?
You.
Did Blood Diner
only
get at
has
least
4.
one vote? It got one vote though, right? Blood Diner.
Yeah, mine.
One.
Tim, can you tell me where Blood Diner ended up in like the top 500?
I'd have to pull up the Excel afterward. Like I said,
I
have
guarantee
to,
it got one vote. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, me. It's on
Yeah,
my
I know.
list.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the only one.
So I will say this. I don't care if this is considered a spoiler. Howard the Duck didn't make it, and Mega Mike really wanted
he
Howard
did.
to make it.
Howard the Duck.
Yes,
Oh,
that was.
I love Howard the Duck.
That was
I
his.
like Howard the Duck too.
Not 25. Get out of here.
No way.
No.
Yeah,
Not
he
even
was
top
starting a
50. Get
campaign
out of
to
here.
get it in.
So what
That's like-
does he want to do? Does you want to put him on and have him do it?
Top 90.
So
It's like halftime show or something.
300.
I think I'm like
Halftime
halftime
show?
show. Yeah,
Smell
talking
it,
about Howard the
smell
Duck.
it.
Is this
Howard the
pity, Tim?
Well,
What?
No, what I was gonna
Howard
say
the
though,
Duck?
so I tell him in the what our Collectors Club group chat, this isn't a spoiler, like you didn't expect Howard the Duck to make it.
No.
It didn't make it. He's like, well, did it at least make the top 50? And I looked at the Excel and I was like, it tied for 220th.
Pretty impressive. No,
Right
even top
above
100.
Blood Diner.
No. Blood Diner's way.
You don't. So you
below
don't have a
Howard
you don't
the
have a
Duck.
clip of Mike talking about Howard the Duck for
Blood
the next
Diner
2
would
minutes?
be above Howard.
He
the
doesn't
Duck.
he
No.
doesn't have a clip.
Was that his number one, Tim?
That was
To
his
me,
number
it
one.
would
Yep.
be.
Yeah, that was his number
Howard
one.
the Duck was his number one.
That was
No,
his
he-
number
no, he-
one.
He did it so that it would give it the maximum points. Like
Yeah.
he put Back to the Future last, knowing it would get a lot of points, so he reversed his thinking.
Yeah.
In the
That's what
hopes,
I did too.
in the
yeah.
hopes
Try to
that
get
would
it into
count
the list. Okay.
See, I
Yeah.
should
He was
have done
playing
that
the
with
game.
Blood
Exactly.
Diner.
which is
what I
good.
did.
That's
what
fine.
But he's the only one that did that. Like,
Yeah. So
I'm not going to do Howard the Duck, but that's essentially what I did.
I mean, I like Howard the Duck, yeah, for sure, but I didn't realize he liked it so much.
Howard the Duck did get other votes. I mean, to make it up to 220, because there was over 500 movies.
See, Johnny even had it at 24. So
Tim,
wow.
we need an
Wow.
accurate list of where Blood Diner falls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the stream, you need to look that up because it's probably last
486.
500.
yeah,
Probably the last.
You know what,
it's the
though, Mel?
one-
I
it's-
guarantee there's probably something on my 25 that didn't get anybody else's vote.
it's tied
So-
at 222 with Howard the Duck.
so who has at least 5 on this list so far? I only have 4.
I have 3.
I'm
I
pretty
got
sure
3. Oh,
It's not about
4.
me.
I got 4.
Maybe 5 at the most. Yeah.
Wow.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice, Alex.
I got about 6 or 7 now.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
8.
probably
I'm 6.
pretty high up.
8.
2, 3.
You have 8, Ryan? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a comment
4.
that I my list is made up, and I only did it to go against what everybody else did. And that I should do exactly what everybody else does and have Back to the Future's 1.
Yeah.
What's the point? Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
This person ripped me, and then I replied and I was like, "Thank you," and they were like, "Your list is bullshit. It's not even real." I was like,
What?
"Hey, all right."
They said your list is not real.
I was gonna
they only did
He
this
said
to
he
be
was
different.
purposefully going against the grain
Yeah,
to be different.
purposefully.
I was going to say, hot take. I didn't get any shade on my video, but Back to the Future is not even on my list.
Wow.
No, you want to get shade for that.
I think
Hey,
I have a
Bob-
little
put him at the bottom,
just because
Tim.
I know it doesn't need help.
And when I said that, I looked right at Alex because I knew he was going to be going, wow.
Do I get bumped up? to
Just
last
like
place for that
that.
Exactly.
So Bob lied to me when he said Karate Kid was his number 2. That was just bullshit.
Next week 24. That's how it is.
Yeah. I made it up.
Back to the Future's in my top 3, but I did not put like Ghostbusters, and so they were super pissed off about that.
Oh, we
Star,
can't.
you didn't have Star Wars. That's what
I was
they
gonna
did.
say, I didn't
like my list.
I didn't-
Ghostbusters. Is
Star
not
Wars
mine
and
either.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is not on mine either.
You don't
Yeah.
put
Wow.
Star Wars on a list, they're gonna come for you. I swear.
I didn't put it on my
I know
list.
they
Not
absolutely will be-
Not on my list.
Not
Burn
everyone
my
loves
brain.
Star Wars though. That's the
I was
thing.
gonna say everybody just went to Bob just to give him hate because everything that you said, it's not on most of our lists.
I'm
It's
telling
not
you,
on mine. None of those.
Every video I drop now, I get like 4 or 5 comments.
Bob is Mr. Controversial.
I've got so many haters now. I don't know.
Dollar
I
You're
You
making
need
waves, dude.
You
ride-
need
Yeah.
haters.
I
You
just
want
love
5 more haters. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Then you know you made it.
Because you know they'll
Alright.
always watch your
Most
video.
people
They'll
hate me.
always comment on it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we're actually going into the top 10 now. So RoboCop had 733 points.
Nice.
Number 10 has 835. So we're talking over 100-point swing going into the top 10. And Joe will be happy.
I hope so.
So Lifetime movie?
It's
Texas
from
Chainsaw Massacre?
1982 E.T.
Damn,
Love
yeah,
E.T.
that's not in
I love
mine.
Luke Ringo.
Saw this in the theater at the second run when they re-released it in '84. And Lifelong
number
Crush,
2.
Drew Barrymore,
I had that at
love
4.
this.
So
That's my number one.
Hey, who's that guy?
So good. I had to
Some
watch it
dork.
twice.
I love that slip
I
box.
watched it throughout the years.
That's nice.
How many copies of
We
ET you
just
got,
showed
Joe?
the 4K in
Oh,
the
next time it's
recess,
awesome.
and when we got the 4K, we
15.
watched it. But I'm not going to show the 4K. I'm going to show.
Yeah, he's not going to show the 4K.
No, he's not going to do it.
Oh, nice.
Show the VHS.
A big old white
love
clamshell.
ET.
Nice.
It's the clamshell VHS of it.
That's what I
I'm
used
a
to have when I
huge
was
fan of
a
ET,
kid.
like I said. First movie I ever saw in theaters twice. Movie
Love
that,
ET.
even talking about it now, chokes me up. I used to have a huge
I didn't put
statue.
ET on my
The
list either
ending,
because
man,
it
the
didn't help.
ending
With John
when
Williams'
I was,
score at the end of that
Yeah.
movie.
I love
It's
Yeah.
the one
magic.
at
It
his
doesn't make me
event.
cry or anything.
Again,
I was gonna
love
say
his event.
that movie. Every time I watch it, I cry.
It's
I'm-
magic. That ending
I-
is magic, bro.
I could watch it tomorrow and I'll cry.
That's right. Look, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. When I was put on the spot, Bob, I mean, wait.
It's the best home invasion movie. Huck shouts, "E.T."
Like that, too.
He's right.
It wasn't like-
He's right. You're not lying.
Nah, ET makes sense. I mean, it was number 27 on my list. 26 was Mac and Me. So I mean, you know,
pressure.
it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Nice.
It was definitely in my top 50. It was not my top 25. It scared me too much as a little kid because I
I
seen it
never
when I was
thought of it
like
like that,
5.
Huck. I never
Actually,
thought like that. Now
same with me. That ET scared me as a kid, so that's why I didn't watch it a lot growing up.
I was older. I was 10 when it came out, so I watched it twice in theaters. I loved it.
Yeah. Was it 83 or 84 when that came out?
82.
Or 82.
82.
So I seen it we had two different theaters. It was the same theater, but they had two different buildings, and their second building would rerun older, like year-old movies. And I think I seen it when I was like 4 or 5, and it scared the hell out of me when the scientist came in and he was
That's the
dying and
part.
all that crap.
Yeah.
It's creepy when you're little.
Mhm.
That's why
I loved it.
No,
the music, man. John Williams was in his
Yeah,
bag.
that's one of his best scores easily. Yeah.
Ryan, was
Yeah.
E.T. the moment you stopped liking horror movies? Then
You know what? That may actually have something to do with my dislike of horror. You might be onto something there.
You're like, I
never
hate
thought
horror.
about that.
Well, like E.T.
Home
Like,
invasion.
why do you hate
The
horror?
home
movies?
invasion scared you. The
He's
home
like E.T.
It was.
No, I don't hate horror movies. I've got two horror movies on my list, I think.
Oh, I thought you were counting your movies. I was like, oh shit, you can count his horror movie collection like that.
I own two.
I don't know what
I got 3 horror movies over here.
Poltergeist
fan.
and Exorcist, and that's it.
No, it's 2 Asian horror movies. That's
I'm
all.
surprised
Oh my
Poltergeist
God, I
didn't make
almost
top
choked.
25. I'm surprised they didn't make top 25.
That's funny.
I
So,
got 3 horror movies in my collection.
See, I like horror. 3 right there.
so Joe, are you okay with 10? Do you really wish it was much higher, or are
I
you
wish-
okay with 10?
I wish it was higher.
I wish it was high. I wish it was top 5. Like I said, I had it at number 1, but
Definitely
I'm
top.
okay with it. I haven't seen the rest yet. Let's just say, but
Right.
I'm okay where it is now, depending on what's higher.
Exactly. I didn't even have it on my list. I'm perfectly fine with it being a number 10.
Yeah, I think it belongs. I think it belongs high on the list, even though it wasn't on my list. I appreciate it. I like it for what it is. It was just, growing up, it wasn't one that I watched all the time. Even though we got the VHS as soon as it came out, and that was the first time I had seen it. But I think it's deserving. It's very universally loved. So,
Yeah.
Alex, where did you have it on yours?
2.
2. Okay, yeah. All right. So
It was supposed to be in my top 3, but no,
I had
that's
it
X'd out, so it's not in my. It's not top 3, obviously.
Yeah. That's why. Like I said, I feel like it should have been at least top 5.
And I've owned 3 different steelbook versions of it, and I just bought the 4K version that came out earlier this
orange-
year, and I
with
still
the
have never
orange-
rewatched it. I have not rewatched it
orange
since I was a kid.
Oh wow!
I
It holds up,
rewatched.
Ryan. It holds
Yeah,
up.
I rewatched it recently when on 4K, but I've literally have bought in that movie on every format that it's come out since it first came out.
Wow.
I have 2 actually. Yeah, it's one of those few movies that I've done that way.
I got 3 copies. Steelbook, the slip box, and I bought a Blu-ray just so I can steal a slipcover from Target. So I'm like, oh, it's the cheapest Blu-ray. I like ET, so let me just go ahead and swap over. Go ahead and
Now,
swap
I have a
slipcover real quick.
I have a question for you guys that are really into it. So I just bought that the Steelbook. I haven't watched it yet. It's the orange one that kind of
Yeah, I have that one.
That's the one I got too.
And I have like that really cool like DVD set that was like a huge box that kind of opened up and there was like pictures inside and stuff like that. But
yeah, I sent that to Ken.
Oh, did you really? Now,
yeah,
did
I found
they?
it at Bull Moose.
Oh, I went there for the first time the other day, dude. It freaking blew my mind.
Bull Moose is awesome.
Holy shit, it was crazy. But does any of these new versions have like the original cut in there now?
The newest Steelbook does. I thought they put it back.
The one that I bought,
the orange one.
I thought my 4K had them both.
Yeah, because then they add like that was like a special edition version where they added some stuff. Yeah.
So you got both cuts in this one? I didn't remember. That's why I was curious.
I think they've always, ever since they did the special edition, I think they've included both cuts because Steven Spielberg, unlike George Lucas.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Spielberg actually came out and said he regretted taking the editing the movie to be more correct, politically correct.
Yeah, like taking the guns out and whatnot.
Yeah,
replacing the guns with walkie-talkies.
That was so ridiculous.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
More kid friendly.
Yeah.
Kids don't want to see shotguns.
Yeah, they care.
No, they didn't care about us in the 80s. They were
stolen by an alien and probed is okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Seeing him dead in a ditch is fine, but you don't want
to. You can watch him drink alcohol and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, that's how much I pay for ET at Target. See, I stole the Black Adam slipcover because I bought it without slips. I'm like,
stealing slips.
Slips. I bought the movie, so technically I bought the slipcover. But
Plenty of people do it.
I mean, they don't care.
Plenty of people do it.
Yeah, people buy stuff and then take the movies back in and return them and get their money back, Bob.
Right. Yeah. Damn slip Nazis.
Hey, we need our slip covers now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta get them.
I take my slipcovers off.
Yeah, I don't really care.
In the world.
I was gonna say there was a YouTuber I used to watch a long time ago, and it was the first time I ever heard it. It was a guy called Silver Shamrock. That he kept them all in a drawer just because it took up more.
That's what I do. Well, I keep them in a box actually in like a closet.
Yeah, he has.
So you're taking up more
freaky,
space to
weird
save
slip box.
space.
Yeah, slip box.
Slip in a box.
What are you
Boxes,
doing?
yeah, slip in a box.
In a box.
Yeah, that's what I have at my house.
I only care about slip covers on my 4Ks. That's the only thing I care about.
Sometimes Mel will be like, "Do you have this slip?" And I have to look through the box. And
So,
I'll just
Garrett, what are you doing?
And then I die
I'm
inside
gonna
a little.
ask you if you have a bunch.
People can ask me if I've got some slips. I might have some.
I have a missing.
The only slips I care about are lenticular ones. Besides that, I don't care if I have it or not.
Yeah, I just care about 4K slips. I'll send you a list, Garrett. What you got?
Yeah, right.
4Ks. I might have some.
I got a
because I keep all my slips for my boutique stuff, but anything other than that, I usually just put it in there.
Yeah, I got a list of missing slip covers.
Yeah, I'll send you a list.
When I threw that Ghostbusters slip on the one stream and seeing Pops and Tony's, like, it's like I reached into their chest and just like crushed their heart with my hand. Their faces.
Yeah, Tony will call me from time to time on the phone just to talk about how much that pissed him off. Oh my God, it's still
like 4 in the morning.
4 months later, it's 4 in the morning, and he'll call me and he'll be like, "Do you remember that time Tim threw that slip cover?" Talk about this again. Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, Tony, I remember."
He still got you on his list.
Love it.
He just looks at me though. You know how much that's worth?
Tim's like, "Don't care, don't care."
Gonna rip you in front of him. That's what I do.
That was like perfect, Bob.
Light it on fire.
Oh my God!
I would have did that with those damn WB100 ones. I would have ripped that up on the screen. Oh, hell yeah! I would have ripped.
Rides on 4K slip.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Anything with a banner like that deserves to be shot.
I was gonna say I had a friend of mine that did a video a long time ago. He's a small YouTuber. Because so many people cared about slips, he took the Jack Frost lenticular VS slip and threw it in a bonfire.
Oh
wow!
And the hate that he got for that was insane. But he did it just to piss everybody off.
He's only doing himself a disservice. He could have sold just the slip
for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
$90.
Yeah,
But he got like 38 views, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
He made half a cent, not even a cent.
I went Blu-ray hunting today and I bought a bunch of just movies just for the slipcover.
Then you can do a big return.
And then you're gonna
No, I'll just
You're gonna return them.
I'm not driving back to Indiana.
Like, yo, you didn't want all 20 of these? Like, why'd you buy them then?
I'll just give them away.
I forgot I had them all.
I found out.
No, if anybody needs the movie, I'll just give it to him. I just bought it for the slip.
You know, there's like apps and stuff you can keep track of the stuff you have.
That's the problem. The people at Target and Best Buy don't know that.
Yeah, right.
They don't know that.
No, they don't pay attention at like stores. You ever go to Walmart and you're like going down the action figure aisle and it's like a superhero. It's like a Superman toy with like Stone Cold Steve Austin inside it. What the hell's going on here? Who returned that and why did no one notice that that's like a wrestler inside that package?
Return 30 movies without the slip covers.
Yeah, basically.
Just ask Alex, he did it. 30 movies to Target without the slip cover. They were like, "What? You don't want any of these?" He's like, "No, I have them all."
I have.
Phone wasn't working when I was in here.
Like, my wife bought these and she just didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them back.
Hell yeah.
That wife.
As long as they're sealed, they won't care. Yeah.
Ryan, wake up.
All right.
I'm
let's
checking
move on
Reddit.
Let's move on to number 9. So E.T. had 835 points. Number 9 has 920. So again, pretty decent jump up to the next one.
Almost 100.
Here's Halloween 3.
This is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today we will be discussing my top
He's a great guy.
25 80s movies.
I like the name on the side, Tim. That's good.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's like an Obi strip.
Here we go. Come on.
There it is.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Definitely not even on my list.
Almost made my list.
I'm shocked it's so
Ken will
hard.
be very happy.
Definitely on my list.
I had it low on mine because I didn't think it would need the help once again.
I'm not gonna hurt. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Fine asleep.
Checking Reddit, damn it.
I'm glad I didn't say this one for my top 3. I almost did.
I have never seen The Shining.
Oh, damn.
Really? Was it because of E.T. again?
No. I mean, I've seen like the major parts. Like I've seen that and like the stairway scene and the elevator scene, but I've never watched the full movie, even though I own like the rare steelbook, and I've never seen Dr. Sleep, even though I own the steelbook. I plan on.
It's good. Dr. Sleep is way better.
Dr. Sleep is really
good. I was very surprised by that one.
By the hair,
but I want
It's
to
hard
watch
to
them
watch,
back to
though.
back like I want to do Blade Runner. I just, need to find the time.
The Shining looks amazing on 4K as well.
Of energy per
Yeah,
second.
still have to watch them in 4K, both of those actually. But
I
It
heard
looks
he
amazing
was
on 4K.
okay. It was an
Grew up on
accident,
Shining.
totally unintentional. Yeah, momentary loss of muscular coordination. One of the most quotable films of all time, just like Blue Velvet. But yeah, this used to be my favorite.
You
film
have
of all
picked
time, but
two
now
of the best people with the
my
accents.
third-
I know, right?
Yeah, no
Who
kidding.
knows on the accent, by the way?
Oh,
Oh, you
Derek's
put me in
in the wheel.
So, just so people know,
The
this is
shitting.
not Derek's legit.
The
I put this in because this is brilliant.
Second time I've done this movie.
The Evil Dead.
That was great.
I had to throw that in there, huh?
And both of those were on my
Throw that in there, huh?
actual list,
You
too,
had to
so
throw that in there, Tim. I had to
The
throw that in
Shining.
there.
The shitting.
There's no 7 to do this time, so I do the shitting.
It's funny. I'm making the edit, and I'm like, do I really want to cut this Evil Dead part
Yeah,
out? Like,
I
this is-
knew you wasn't gonna cut it out.
I'm
I just
glad
like
you
that it
did
happened to
it
be
because that
number
was
1 by
awesome.
chance, too.
How do you think I feel? So for Derek's Hall of Fame stream, it's like 30 minutes of content. I gotta trim down. He's got so much highlight.
30 minutes? I've done like
Whoa.
200 videos. Come on.
Derek, yeah, but you got such good content, man.
Oh, I'm glad you watched them.
But,
Huck, you don't watch his content? Come on, Huck.
Of course.
that was a
We're legally
sure.
obligated to watch each other's content in the Collectors Club.
So Tim and I watch it on the TV, so
You guys started up a group, but you
I
don't
do too,
support
yeah.
each other.
I don't
Okay,
comment on
thanks,
anything.
Derek.
Hey, I send pictures in the group chat of my TV when I'm watching their stuff sometimes. So
Yeah.
So Collectors Club started up together, but they're like, we're not going to watch each other's content, guys.
Bob, you better be careful, Mid-Levolutioner over there.
We support each other. Thank you very much, Mel.
There you go.
Until you lose at a movie.
I was gonna say until the 21st when Tony kicks you out.
I feel like you guys are on the rocks 24/7.
It's all right. Me and Mel just found out that Justin's favorite movie is The Shining, so that was kind of lucky for some reason. One day he's ready to be like, "Oh, my favorite movie, The Shining." I'm like, dude, you've never talked about The Shining ever, and
like literally never one
on
time.
any video or nothing. Like, what do you mean it's your favorite movie? Did he send you a list, Tim? Is it his number one?
I don't think he sent me a list. I don't remember.
Of course he
I got like 160. Maybe he did. There's so many lists.
I think it's like 20 levels. It's like his favorite movie of the past decade.
This is my number 7 on my list. This was number 7.
It might be 40-some years old, but it's his favorite movie.
Fair though, Justin
right.
is kind of an enigma.
He just decided today. Yeah.
That was funny when he said that. We were both like, "What?"
Like, if you would have told me, if I had to guess 50 movies that you're a favorite, I would have never even guessed that one. Like, do you even own it by any chance? I didn't see it at your house in your collection. Yeah,
He never heard you speak about it. Didn't even know you knew about it.
Never heard him speak.
That's pretty great.
Garrett, he owns every movie from the 80s but that one.
Yeah. I never see The Shining, but it's his favorite movie.
He does own The Shining, though.
The Shining?
He might have done.
Poor Justin. Hey, Justin was invited to
That's what
tonight.
he gets for not being here, right?
He couldn't make it, so.
He's in where? Arkansas?
This is true.
Yeah, he woke up this morning and realized he's supposed to be in Arkansas. Yeah. Into buttons.
Wow.
I'm supposed to be somewhere, and The Shining is my favorite movie. Just so you all know that.
Yeah, that was the last thing that he said to us before he left.
His last text, 48 hours.
BTW. Gotta be on the list.
My God.
Did you send Tim a list? What list?
Is that just mine?
He sent him a list, and it was just a number 1, and it was The
Shining.
Bro, you want to? I don't want to pick on Justin. I love Justin, but the other day we have a group chat, and like he's part of like the A24 club or whatever, and I saw that Talk to Me poster was getting released, and it was getting released first to the A24 club, and then afterwards it was going to be released to the public. So I didn't realize how many were available, so I tried to join that club, and I'm like, shit, I'm not going to pay $50 for the year to join this club so I can get like it an hour early or whatever. So I texted him and I was like, "Are you part of the club?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do me a favor, man. At 11 o'clock, this poster goes on sale." I said, "I need you." He's like, "No worries, dude. I got you." I'm like, "All right." I was like, "Just tell me how much it is. I'll send you the money." So it's like, so I text him at like 11:30 and I'm like, "Yo, is did you get the poster?" And then like no response. Then all of a sudden at 12, I realized it dropped to the public. So I'm like, "Shit." So I bought it. And then all of a sudden he gets back to me like at like 12:30. He goes, "What poster?" Question mark. I go, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "We just talked about this like last night." And he goes, "Oh shit, dude, my bad." I'm like, "Well, I bought it, thankfully, but."
Wow.
That's classic, Justin.
Oh my. All right, so Shining had 920 points. The next movie has 993. So we're going into number 8. I love this one. We talked about it a little bit.
Hey, this was going to be a little bit higher, but I couldn't balance it up, and this was just like freaking me out. This was another one I seen opening weekend, 1987, and this was like, you've seen him in Moonlighting, you see star of Blind Date, and then it said in his first action movie, it's Die Hard. And I always wanted to find that poster and keep it because I was like, you've seen him on Moonlighting, and you loved him in Blind Date.
I had to get Bob going.
I always thought that was funny. So that's number 8, Die Hard.
Number 4, and yeah, of course, this film probably still ranks as one of my very favourite action movies of all time, and it is the 1988 Die
Laser
Hard,
disc,
starring
look at
Bruce
that.
Willis.
Neil's got an insane Laserdisc collection.
I highly recommend Neil's
What a great
channel.
time
He
at
is
the
a
cinema
great
this
dude.
was.
I agree, Tim.
And it's been enjoyable ever since then. I never get bored of watching Die Hard. It is just
And neither one of them have
fantastic.
mentioned anything
And I
about
really love that
Christmas.
kind of
Hint, hint.
star here.
It
And
says
obviously
down there
those
in
muscle
real small
guys,
print,
but
you
then
can't
Bruce
see
Willis
it.
came
This
along
is a Christmas
and just
movie.
Kind of felt like an
Okay.
everyman taking over and crawling around in elevator shafts.
It's
and,
Tim's favorite
doing
Christmas
what he had
movie
to
of all
do
time,
to
Joe. You better watch
survive.
it.
And,
Oh, I
Die
know.
Hard was on my list.
so much fun. I absolutely love it. Die Hard.
This is number 9.
It's a little low, but I'll take it.
It's number 9, right? That's what we're on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh no,
it's
that was
number
8.
No, it's number 8.
That was 8.
Oh, it's number 8.
Oh.
Okay.
Shining was
Not
9,
on my
It was
list.
10.
It's on my list.
Okay, I've got
top
Die Hard
10.
as 9 on mine.
It was
Okay.
18 on
You
my
pulled
list.
Die Hard
It's
and Derek
14
left.
on my list.
Yeah, what Derek just bailed. He hates Die Hard, I guess.
He's getting his Die Hard shirt on.
Yeah, he's got Funko Pops.
He's going to put his
His
Santa Claus suit on.
Nakatomi Plaza.
I actually do have a Nakatomi Plaza Christmas party shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Jim,
it's a
you also-
You should have wore that
you
one,
also
Tim.
I was gonna say you're
Does
the one
anybody
person that
have-
bought it.
Does
It's a
anybody have the
Christmas
Nakatomi
shirt,
Plaza
Joe.
like set?
Christmas.
Yeah,
No, but
Tim
that thing's
has
sick
it.
though.
No, but
You
that'd
got
be
the
that'd be
The
awesome.
building set? Yeah, Tim's got that.
So I know.
Oh, Jerry- Jerry got it.
You got the set too. You got the Nakatomi Plaza set.
Yep.
There it
And
is.
look, I even
Oh,
have
man.
on snow pants because it's Christmas.
Nice.
Not a coincidence at all.
Plan ahead, Tim. Plan ahead.
Oddly enough, when I met Tim in St. Louis, he was wearing those same pants, and it was like 9 in the morning.
It's like, let's watch Die Hard.
Oh,
Just Christmas
Tim.
pants every day.
But he did not have his Die Hard shirt on at the time.
No, he didn't.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Snow pants, yeah. So we don't have as much to say on this because we literally spent all of Predator time.
We got plenty of time now. That's why we're killing time.
Joe,
we're
I do
killing
have
it right now.
homework for you about, I don't know, about a year ago. Huck released a video, and it's about an hour long, describing why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So make sure
He
to
goes
go watch
point for
it.
point.
Yep.
Yeah, the Home Alone one, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, it's basically if you consider
That was
Home
great.
Alone a Christmas movie,
Exactly.
then you have to consider Die
I
Hard.
was just about to bring that up, like, because most people
And
say Home
you-
Alone's not a Christmas movie either. I'm like, what?
And there's so many things that have happened in both those movies that if you think Home Alone's a Christmas movie, those same things happen in Die Hard. There's Santa's Christmas music, there's a Christmas tree, there's presents, there's family, there's everything. Only there's more guns, and there's even guns. There's guns in both movies. Home Alone. Home Alone.
like
It's this guy right there.
He doesn't shoot the gun, but
I was gonna
He
say
does.
like
No, he
Ryan said earlier, I categorize Christmas differently. That I have Christmas movies, and those to me are Christmas non-Christmas films. That they're based around Christmas, but they're not Christmas related.
Christmas film.
Because it's not Christmas related. It's just
It happens
filmed
during
during
Christmas,
Christmas.
but it's not about Christmas.
Yeah.
It just so
Yeah.
happens to take place at Christmas.
At Christmas.
I'll change
Like-
your mind. Go watch the video.
That's like,
It's like Batman
So
and
that's how I look
It's
at
still
it.
a Christmas movie. I
like
don't-
Batman Returns.
No. Yeah.
I will die on that hill that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Watch Huck's
Yes, if you
video.
can. That's my favorite non-Christmas Christmas
Sounds like
movie.
Adam saying Jaws 4 is a Christmas movie.
Thanks,
hell yeah.
Bob.
Because he'll
Thanks,
die
Bob.
on
Go
that
check
hill.
it out.
Jaws 4 is great.
No one watched that video, but I appreciate you watching it.
It was a stream.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I watched it and fully agreed with you. 100%.
I can't tell when
Sound
Derek
like
and
he
Tim
didn't
are
watch
being sarcastic about watching each other's
I watched it. I brought it up. I obviously knew what it was.
I watch your stuff, dang it. I have no way to prove it, but I do.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
All right. Number 7. All right.
There we go.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, Tim.
Beating Ferris Bueller by how many points?
Yeah. 1,746 points
points.
higher than Ferris Bueller.
738 points.
God damn you guys. All right.
Tim's video tomorrow is just save Ferris, and he's just like he explains like why it should have been high on this list.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Die Hard video.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he's gonna break it down.
Why Ferris should have been higher on the list.
All right. So Die Hard in 8th, 993 points. The next movie in 7th was 1103.
Wow.
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 We're into the 4-digit range.
This has to be on my list now.
It was not a lot of lists. That's a banger.
I'm at the point where Terminator's
So,
not anywhere on here.
number
It's not.
16 here. Number
Howard the
17,
Duck.
I believe. We're going to have the first
There it
Terminator
is.
movie.
yeah.
Of course, so
Yeah.
terrifying. The first one is much
Yeah.
more horror-like
I had mine
than
at
the
7
other
as well.
movies, but I just love the terrifying sci-fi.
Not on my
elements.
list.
And oh my gosh,
Wow.
just, yeah, really, really good movie.
You got there. At number 1, my favorite movie of the
This guy's
1980s.
video was great.
That is from 1984, James Cameron's Terminator. One of the best soundtracks ever.
Nice.
I grew up watching this movie so much. It was a VHS I had, and I think it was one of my first rated R VHSs, and my parents didn't care because they loved Terminator 2. When I think, like, my favorite genre is sci-fi and horror, this movie kind of blends both of those things.
think you're
Arnold
confused. They like
Schwarzenegger was so
Terminator 2,
badass to
not
me as a
Terminator.
kid. I remember,
Yeah.
like, one of my birthdays, my mom told my dad to take me to go get a haircut for my birthday, and he told me I could get any haircut I wanted, and I asked for a flat top. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's how much I loved him as a kid. Like this chubby little kid who wants a flat top. I love Lance Henriksen in this movie. I just love Michael Biehn in this movie.
Beam.
Yeah, just Linda Hamilton again. I would put her there with Sigourney Weaver in the 80s. Just everything about Terminator I just love. It's a perfect movie where I have no problems with it. And honestly, I love both parts of the movie, like the beginning chasing and figuring out the mystery, and then the more dramatic action in the middle, and then the third part, just the survival horror aspect, seeing the endoskeleton. I mean, just every part of this movie is perfect to me. Also, Sarah Connor, yes.
Nice.
He quoted a
Spot
line
on
from Scream
impression,
2.
by the way.
Yeah.
That was from Scream 2. That one from Terminator.
I love Terminator, yeah.
I
Glad
love
that was on that list because that was high in
I
mine.
was wondering when that was going to peak. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I was like, if Terminator's not in the top 50, something.
It's actually exactly where I had it on my list. It's the same spot, number 7.
Yeah, I had it at 7 as well.
I had it at 10. It hit my top 10.
Garrett, was it on your list?
6. For
Yeah,
me.
it was actually number 20 though on my list.
It was my number 20 as well, Garrett.
I love Terminator 2
We
too.
had the
On
same
your
number 2 and
on your
6.
lying list. Your made up list.
I was gonna say, am I the only one that didn't have it on their list?
It wasn't
Probably.
on mine.
I can't remember. If I put it
Have you
on
guys
there.
watched his documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, it was alright.
Diner 20.
Oh yeah, I thought it was good.
So.
I don't stream.
It gets less interesting as it goes because you already know.
I like the story of how he got the role.
Oh,
It's
and
hilarious.
Die Hard was number 25.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, Alex.
It's
After you
really
told me
cool.
about that, I watched episode 1. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was the whole
earlier
weightlifting
stuff is cool. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah, it was
early
him
stuff.
being a bodybuilder. Yeah, they kind of break it up in sections where bodybuilding, acting, then president, politics.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Nice.
Love the first Terminator. First Terminator is awesome.
I can probably guess what's next.
Right.
Can you? What do you think then?
Well, I feel like if we got some Terminator love, we have yet to see
Roadhouse.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, we
Aliens,
haven't.
Aliens is
feel
definitely
like-
on the list.
I feel like it has to either be next or the one after, but I feel like it's next.
Okay, so before I go into it, just know that the next one beat Terminator by a point.
Oh,
Point.
if it's Aliens,
this should have been RoboCop. It would have been great.
How many more do we have left?
So this is number 6. So after this, we'll
Number
go into our
6.
top 5.
Wow, there's a couple that might be shocking that's not on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on. Cameron back to back.
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
Wow.
I thought that'd be higher.
Me too.
It's still great.
I had it at
It was
16.
actually, I'm okay.
Didn't make my list.
Didn't make
It's
my
my-
list either.
I didn't have it on mine either.
It's my second favorite movie
forgot
of all
to put it
time.
on
But I'm
mine.
okay with this.
It's not on my list.
Yeah, it's funny. I love this movie, but I completely forgot to put it on my list.
It's because you fell asleep.
Okay,
when
and
you
at
were
number
thinking about it.
6, we have
Not gonna watch it.
But it's funny because I had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I
Of course, I had to include
Because it's
Ghostbusters.
more fun.
why not? Ghostbusters is an absolute classic.
I love all
Bill
the Brits
Murray,
on here.
Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis.
And Meg had a really good
Everybody in
list.
that
She was
film
born in
just
the
did
late 90s.
amazing,
So,
and
like,
it's
to
such
see
a
her
fun
nostalgia for
film.
the
The song
80s was
is
really
catchy
cool.
as all hell. And I look forward to seeing the newest Ghostbusters film that we're getting this year.
I loved the
Hopefully
reach
it will be
of different
good.
countries
Who
that made
knows?
videos and
But,
stuff, though. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
there's
very
no
cool.
way I could not include this on my list.
All right. And next is a movie that had
just
like
subscribed to you,
inspired
Megs.
me into acting. Actually, is the movie that got me into acting and got me into, and I wanted to go into business just like them. That's Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters really it inspired me into acting because it started making me go, like, who are these people? Like Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and all those people and Dan Aykroyd. I wanted to know more about film and everything from that movie, and it was so spectacular. Everybody talks about like Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is not on my list. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, but not on my list. All those films, and because this is the movie that really inspired me into like filmmaking, like into acting, into film. I started realizing you can, like, how wonderful it is that somebody was able to make a movie this amazing.
Good job, Jonathan. I was just on his channel. He's a good guy.
Yeah, like you were saying, Tim, it was really nice seeing all the people from other countries. I know your 90s list, you started to get a lot more, and I think since they knew about it, it helped pull even more for the 80s list.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and hopefully, like I said, I'll ask by the end, but I'm curious, hopefully people like the seeing other people instead of like the commercials or trailers.
I like seeing other people.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So different.
Yeah. We may not like your tea and taxes, but we like your movie choices.
So,
I love his bobs and they throw all the hate at him.
Movies.
I thought it was kind of cool too. That was number 6, and Meg actually had Ghostbusters at 6 also. So that worked out nice. But so, Huck, what do you think is number 5?
Maybe it's Aliens now.
Or is it?
So number 5. This is again pretty close. So Ghostbusters was 1104. Aliens was 1111. Which
is
I love
Aliens?
Wow.
Aliens.
Did I say Aliens?
Is it Aliens?
Did I say
said it?
Damn
Yeah,
it.
she said it.
Is it Aliens though? You said
I tricked you into saying
I've
You
had
did, damn it.
Aliens, directed by
Alien,
James
Aliens,
Cameron.
Alien.
Definitely
Alien.
brought it
Alien
back
was
in
75.
1971,
Alien.
and
Oh, was it?
And then the sequel came out in 1986.
No, but he's holding the
Oh,
quadrillion.
that's right.
Ridley Scott really liked
That's
Cameron, James Cameron's sequel. He really liked what he did with
Yeah,
characters.
cool.
20 years
Almost
back,
in the same spot.
became that action star that some people idolize.
Damn it, Huck.
And so, yeah, Aliens.
And this next one,
It was only 30 seconds
this
from
is
when
a
you said it,
set,
Tim.
but we are talking about the second one, and it is Aliens. And it supposedly takes place 57 years after the first Alien. So if
I'm
you like the
surprised
first
some of the
Aliens,
size
you're
it
going
is,
to love the
honestly.
second Aliens. It's great, it's gory, it's scary. Sigourney Weaver's fantastic, and it's really, really good stuff. I just love this movie. I love the whole franchise, and it had to be on my list somewhere. Aliens, the whole alien thing freaks me out. So this is definitely one that kind of makes my skin crawl, but in a good way, if you can figure that one out. But good stuff.
Everyone in the community should already well know Stephanie, but also
Yes.
an amazing channel, amazing person.
Right.
So I've only seen the original Alien, and it was a couple of years ago. I haven't seen the rest of them. I saw the shitty Covenant.
What's funny?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Alien
Oh,
and
that's terrible.
Aliens are very like one is strictly a sci-fi horror, whereas Aliens is a sci-fi action.
movie.
Yeah. They're both great, but I always prefer the original. Yeah.
It's almost like the difference between
So it didn't make my
Terminator.
list. Yeah, it's
and
exactly that.
Like
Exactly.
Terminator 1 is more horror, Terminator 2 is more action. They're almost the exact same way.
Agree.
So if you like T2, Bob, you're gonna love Aliens.
And you
Yeah.
also have
I love
similar
Terminator
gaps
too.
between
And,
the movies.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
and Bill Paxton is like so
Yeah, he's
good.
great. Yeah, the whole like supporting cast.
Game over, man.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Yeah,
So
no,
good.
it's Aliens is great.
Telling you they're everywhere, man. Yeah. Oh,
So-
so
I never
good.
go back to watching that often, but it's a great movie. Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
some of you have Aliens in your top 3 prediction? You did, Huck?
No, well, top. Yeah, no, not my top 3. I thought it was Batman, Empire, and.
Okay.
I was surprised Aliens is that high. I mean, I'm not surprised it's on there, but
No, I agree. I'm surprised it's that high
I'm
too.
surprised it's that high as well.
I'm not.
Same.
only because
Well-
I'm spiteful and didn't have it on my list at all.
And we're in what, top 5?
I didn't.
Yeah,
That was number 5. I had it as
That was number.
I'm shocked because I feel like there's still a lot of big ones that haven't been talked about yet.
Yep.
Yeah, like the
Yeah, you're making me
Burbs.
nervous, Tim.
I said, like,
The
Bird.
Bird.
I knew the Bird sadly wasn't going to be on, but
Blood Diner.
Nobody
I mean, it was
could
on
have
my
just
list.
voted for the Burbs just
You
for
got Miami
me.
Connection up here somewhere. Halloween 3.
Damn, Mel,
I mean,
how many movies made the list that you have on your list?
Only 3.
I'm probably at like 4 now.
Wow.
I'm at 5. I just cracked
That's
5.
more than I thought.
Yeah,
Which is good though. It shows a lot of.
it's got a lot of horror.
now was there more like on the top 50 list that you said or no?
Yeah, no.
Well,
no.
frankly,
No. A lot of my movies just aren't on the list. They're down in the like 300, 400s probably.
I was gonna say, same with me. A lot of my films aren't even in the top 50.
I want Mel's list.
Thanks, Laren.
We'll probably have time to go through them.
Yeah, we will.
Oh no, now I'm embarrassed.
Oh, Mel got to go first. She has to go.
Oh,
first.
yeah.
We have to hear her list. We have to hear what she has.
I
Okay.
feel like I got the top 3 correct. I can't figure out what this 4th movie is. So it's either
Yeah,
something I
there's
just
one.
didn't watch and didn't put on my list, or
It's gotta be.
I-
One of them
You didn't see the first Indiana Jones. I'm guessing that's
it's
up
gotta
there.
be Indiana
Raiders,
Jones.
Raiders, and I'm
Raiders.
very nervous.
I gotta say
Raiders.
Empire.
Yeah,
Empire's
so
not
so
even
that's not on my
mentioned.
list
Empire
anywhere.
Strikes
And
Back.
of course, Back to the Future.
So
know,
I take
what
it the Thing didn't make it then at all.
No, the
No.
thing's in the
Thing-
top 3.
No, the
Well,
thing's
maybe
got to be
that's
number
next.
1.
Or it's
I think it
number
would have been
4.
in the top 50 at least.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's
Well,
It's
how many
gonna
do we
be
have left?
it's gonna be Back to the Futures and Raiders is gonna be the top
well,
2.
no, Back to the Future 2 was in the honorables. So
The
only
bottom
one
five.
is left.
So Back to the
Yeah,
Future,
Back to the Future.
Empire Strikes Back, Raiders, and The Thing.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so
probably it.
What about
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
in one of those orders? That's probably
Right.
the
Yeah,
Right.
in some order.
Okay,
Raiders didn't
so,
even make my list.
Come on,
so
the thing.
number 4 had 6 points above Aliens.
So The
Wow.
It's the thing.
Right. Well, I have to go horror
It's
again
a thing.
to my greatest
Nathan.
and favorite horror film of all time.
Hey,
Oh my
I'm
god!
talking about John
I think I have
Carpenter's
this.
Yeah,
covered.
there we go.
There we go.
Yay.
How can
That was
you not
my
love
number
this movie?
6.
I actually just recently was able to talk about this on
Now we know the
Let's Watch
1,
This
2, 3.
podcast with my friend Sam.
So
I
Bob,
did
you're
a
right.
double feature with Hateful
And
Eight. So
some
Kurt
more.
So
Russell,
Indiana
is
Jones,
the-
Star
you know,
Wars,
the-
Back to the Future.
You know, the center
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
film,
Yeah,
but
it's
he's also
probably
the
in
center
that
of
order
this
as
thing,
well.
The Thing. It's about a group of
No, it's gonna be
scientists
Indiana-
Raiders
yeah.
is the
who
Lost
are
Ark, number
who are
1.
trapped
Really?
Back to the
in
Future,
an
Indiana
environment
Jones,
with
Empire Strikes
something
Back.
that can transform
I say
within
Empire Strikes
themselves.
Back's gonna end up
And
at number
you don't
1.
trust each other,
There's
and
no
seeing
way
that,
Raiders
that
is the Lost
lack
Ark.
of
That would be my
trust
guess,
kind of break
too.
down
Empire
is
Strikes Back.
just
That was Back to the
I
Future.
actually
fun
had
thing to
Empire
watch.
Raiders
It's
and
got
Back
the
to the
greatest
Future.
practical effects in the
I
entire
would love to see
event of the
Empire
80s,
Strikes
in my
Back
opinion.
off the
Like,
top
it's just
50.
it's just so
That'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Under
I was talking
Jedi.
about
Even,
American
yeah.
Werewolf in London, but
Because Jedi
Thing
was in
has a beat
the honorable
terms
mention.
In the bottom.
effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
also
didn't have Empire
the
or
score from
Raiders on
Ennio
my list.
Morricone
'cause,
and John
yeah,
Carpenter kind of
reasons. For obvious
doing
reasons.
cool
We
things there
still
a
have
little
a
bit.
few movies left, Tiana. Maybe Child's Play's
one
top
of the best.
3.
It's one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah,
in the
right.
No,
entire-
it's
No
not.
way.
Doesn't make that all.
It's down with Blood
It's
Diner.
just such a fun.
Yeah.
It also ends in a very
219
as
right
well,
above
like I was
Howard the
mentioning
Duck.
earlier,
It's no
on
Right above
how
Howard.
endings really
I
mean
remember I
something
showed
to
my
me, and I
fiance
really
the
love
thing
way
and the
this
scene with the dog. She was just like, what am I watching? That's the one thing she said, like, what the hell is this? I'm like, it's called The Thing. Like,
No,
Like it's
the
supposed to
thing
be
that
about this.
when I was a kid and I saw the thing that creeped me out was the spider with the head. I
Oh, yeah.
freaked out, took off running. I was screaming bloody murder. I was so scared.
Oh,
Mission
so it was
accomplished.
good.
You know what I'm kind of surprised by is Dirty Dancing didn't make the top 50.
I'm shocked,
mm,
honestly.
Yeah, that actually is
I'm
pretty
not.
shocking.
I'm not
but,
shocked,
it's
yeah.
just-
neither did Risky Business. The Risky Business make it?
I just feel like Dalton
No.
Dirty Dancing has such a like huge cult following in a way. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
got a huge fan base.
Yeah,
Did
but
your
none of
mom
those,
vote for
none of
this
those
stuff?
people took the challenge.
I'm
Right.
surprised Coming to America didn't make it.
Yeah,
Well,
that was on my list. That was on my list.
That was
Yes, or Blues Brothers.
Keep in mind, Dale also hates Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why we
Dale's
have
coming with some
have
hot
Dale in
takes.
the chats. That's so funny.
So we'll make it through these top three because you guys are. Everyone seems to know what it is, even though you don't know. Child's Play.
Yes, we do.
It's Child's Play.
Child's Play.
Child's
No,
Play,
it's not
Halloween
Child's
3, and Howard the Duck. That's what
All
it
right,
is.
so
Blood Diner. Get your shit straight.
Friday the
So,
13th, number one.
The
Number-
Burbs,
Burbs.
the one.
Suburbs.
Howard the Duck.
number 3 had 1208, and Thing had 1117. So another
Oh.
sizable gap to
Mhm.
the third place.
99.
This was where I had trouble with the last couple. Coming in at number 2, I went with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
Knew it.
woo.
Jones.
There we
So
go.
fun. We just went
Didn't make
to,
my list.
Not on my
Yeah,
list
I
either.
neither.
Not on my list
So that
either.
was part of the problem too. I left off the other one that came out. In the
Another
80s,
Joe.
Oh.
which was hard to
It was
do,
too hard for me to
was
pick which one I
Temple
wanted, so I was like, screw them all.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
struggled.
God, Jared.
Raiders. is great.
I love all
So,
three of them.
and I think I watched this one more, so I just went with it.
Didn't you just use the chart for
It is my
yours, Jared?
favorite. I think.
We watched Raiders way more. My brother and I. That was a household favorite as well.
My sister played along on the 90s one as well, but she just sent her
Neil submitted
list
four
by email,
lists
but she sent
from
me her
different
list
people,
for this one.
which is
And I'm going
awesome.
to show it to you because I
That's
have
great.
all the movies that she selected in my collection, so I'll just run through those. So this is my sister's top 25 movies of the 80s. My sister's number one choice for the 80s is
Raiders.
Raiders of the Lost
Yeah.
Buddy froze.
Fans are so good.
The suspense is killing me.
Wow. So
Yeah, I agree with Ben, Hard Copy Blues. I don't care for the Raiders of the Lost Ark or any of the indie movies. I'm really not a big Harrison Ford fan at all.
Yeah, to me, Harrison Ford will always be Han Solo, not Indiana Jones. I'm sorry.
He's Han Solo.
You tell
to me,
him
that's
that.
it.
He will not sign anything for you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen any Indiana Jones movies.
I didn't kill my wife.
Bring my Han Solo Funko Pop. He's not going to sign it.
Derek, don't tell him that.
Well, I will have to go against all that. I am a Harrison Ford fan. I love the Raiders trilogy, the original three, and I think Indy is his iconic role that he owns singularly, whereas Han's a little bit more of a shared icon. And I'm glad it's there. It was in my top three. So
the fifth
Some
one.
awful takes tonight. Glad it's on the list.
That's why this is a
That's
community list. And
Right.
yeah,
That's
has
what
real
I'm
takes.
I know it's
Majority. This is
either,
not
so I
just
don't
our
need to help
list.
it at all.
The
kind of
majority,
movie.
guys.
I
The
just
majority.
watched all five
Yeah.
for the first time, like a couple weeks ago.
For the
I
first
never-
time?
Yeah.
Which
it
one
was
did you
the
like
first
the
time.
best?
How'd it hold up now?
I honestly like Raiders of the Lost Ark the most.
The first three are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, they're just kind of mediocre. They're like, eh.
I think I enjoyed
Ken
The
must
Last
have just got off
Crusade
work.
the most out of.
Honestly,
great.
part
I was
4
always
is
a Temple of
miles
Doom
better, miles above the fifth one. I thought the fifth one was garbage.
I haven't seen the fifth one, but yeah, I don't hate 4 as much as most people.
Brian,
Look,
like
I got my,
You
holy
named the dog
grail.
Indiana.
Oh, nice. Is it gold on the inside? Like
It
should be?
is.
Nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the Last Crusade challenge.
Couple of a peasant. That's what you have.
Yes.
So, which one does he do the Taliban, where he rips the dude's heart out or something like that?
Temple
Is
of
that-
Doom.
that's
Temple of
Temple of
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
Temple.
And those are the Shankara stones.
That one was
Sure.
my favorite.
Temple is great.
So
Gotta get those
moving
props.
to- moving to 2 because you guys everyone seems to know, but you don't know what one's what.
That's right. It's Empire.
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 Back to
Back to the future.
Is it
I
right?
think-
Back to the
That's
future.
a
I hope Back to the Future.
Roll the clip.
I want to mention the points first.
Come on, let
So,
us debate.
Raiders had 1208 and Empire. God damn it!
You said it. You said it. You said it.
I told you to do roll
Number 3 is The Empire Strikes Back. Probably my favorite of the entire Star Wars franchise is The Empire Strikes Back. I think
Come here,
they're
Graham.
totally on point. Pace is
Whole three was
perfect.
God,
The
Back to
writing
the
is
Future
good.
is
The
number
effects take it up a notch from the first film, and it's got some good humor in there. The lightsaber fight with Luke and Vader is just awesome. I mean, you still got it's tough to beat that lightsaber fight between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's still visually
I think, the most stunning. But this one was just impeccable. So yeah, man, Empire Strikes Back. All right.
Tim, you remind me of Tom Holland with all the spoilers.
He's killing it.
1980, man. You know, as a Star Wars fan, you know, definitely Empire Strikes Back. And I saw this one in the theaters when I was a kid with my parents. My parents took me, my brother, and my sister when we were kids. Then it's amazing. From there, I've been a Star Wars fan ever since the original came out in 1977. And like I said, you know, I had everything Star Wars. Me and my brother would collect the Star Wars movie. So definitely at number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
And then, of course, my number 1 all-time favorite movie of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. This right here will always be my favorite. I grew up watching the Star Wars films, saw them all in the theater, have a lot of great memories of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Just love the storyline, and it's going to be my all-time favorite.
It has all the original toys in turkey bags.
Favorite top 1980s movie.
I got a lot of turkey bags.
I mean, come on. It's The Empire Strikes Back.
Hey, pull out the limited
This is the
DVD.
best Star Wars
The
movie
original,
that's ever been made. At
theatrical
least the
version on
best
it.
Star Wars story that's ever been made.
You had to buy those.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
So
we all know what number 1 is. Just go ahead and roll number 1. We know what number 1 is.
All right, fine.
Number 1 is Blood Diner.
At number 1, and of course you guys
Andy.
already know what it is. I haven't mentioned it all video. You guys probably know what it is, and of course that is Back to the Future. It's my favorite movie of all time. I absolutely love this movie. I thought when I was growing up, Michael J. Fox and Marty McFly were the coolest people on the planet. I thought Doc Brown was awesome. The DeLorean, like everyone wants a DeLorean because of this movie. The story, the characters, just the music. Alan Silvestri was again in his bag with this movie as well. With all movies, I kind of look at this as one movie. Obviously, it's part 1, part 2, part 3, but if I had to put this one and part 2 together, like it's yes, I will take it. And yeah, I had to put this at number 1.
So, what's number 1? I mean, if you look at the thumbnail, it's Back to the Future. Nothing can be said more than 1985's Back to the Future. I know it's missing the rest of the car, but
and we haven't went 88 miles per hour yet, and we haven't went back in time to save the future or go to the Back to the Future to save the president.
Adam's great.
Adam makes me laugh.
That was great.
Back to the Future. Oh yes, this is 80s all day. Number 1's best.
They're damn near perfect.
I could see a couple of these movies trying to get up there, but
perfect movie.
When you really think
Tim,
about it,
because you didn't have Mel
about it,
make a video on here, I'm assuming that none of her top 25 were.
She had nothing. All her movies did not make it.
Yeah,
Michael
no,
J.
not one.
You know, Marty McFly, Doc.
I literally just watched this today because I knew we was doing the stream today.
The
Definitely watch all
Coast Guard
of it.
life
It's will be a
preserver
few months
jacket is iconic with the blue jeans. This movie, whew, it better be number 1, Tim. It better.
Of course. Without further ado, number 1 is Back to the Future.
Yes, sir.
Plain and simple. If you don't have Back to the Future as your number 1, you might be wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
But
you're right.
Back to the
You're
Future,
right.
without a doubt, is, at least to me, a perfect movie.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Comedy screenplay ever written.
Didn't even make my list.
Yeah, I got it. Back to the Future. So I had to wear it.
All right. Well, you guys already knew those as we were getting there. So Raiders was 1208 points. Empire was 1465. So that's a big jump.
That's a good jump.
Back to the Future was 1837.
Woo!
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah. So Back to the Future was so, I mean, it cemented its spot. No, nothing could touch it.
That's almost 1,000 of a Ferris.
Yeah.
E.T. was number 10.
E.T. was 10. And actually, it would have been what? Ferris was 504. Jesus, that's like 1,300 points above.
Yeah. Sorry, Tim. Sorry.
I'll have to tell you, it's nowhere even sort of kind of close.
What? Damn it. Mac and or me isn't anywhere near there. I love him.
I mean, people voted for Mac and Me just for the memes, right? I mean, nobody actually enjoys that movie.
I love Mac and Me.
I love Mac and Me.
I love Mac and Me.
Really?
I mean,
I
it's
guess I haven't watched it since
again,
I was
it's
a
not
kid.
good, but I love it.
That was my go-to when I get scared of ET, so that's why.
Yeah. I'd rather watch this one where a handicapped child blows up at the end.
Yeah.
The home invasion
scary.
Mac and Me, though.
Yeah, Ken was right. I actually thought, I legit thought that Empire would make a run for it, but
No,
it wasn't.
no,
There's
no.
too many Star Wars movies to pick from.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Also, Back to the Future is better, so there's that.
Back to the Future is timeless, regardless of your
I like
time.
mac and cheese. I like mac and cheese too.
All right, so let's close. We'll close this out essentially by going through and running through our own lists, because not everyone might know everyone's lists. So
Mel, go first.
No, we should. Why don't we go from like whoever's got the least amount of ones that were mentioned already
Yeah, right.
goes in that order. So then
Oh, so
No.
Mel goes first.
yeah.
I ended up with 5.
I had like 6 or 7.
I had to count mine.
I was gonna say I had 5.
I had 6, I think.
So that means Joe's next.
I
So,
had
Tim, what do we know? Are we doing that
15?
order, Tim?
I had 13.
I had
Wow.
14.
Dang. Dang.
I got Ryan's got his whiteboard. You ready for some trivia, bro?
Hey,
Let's go.
no, I'm yeah, I'm ready to redeem
Thanks,
myself after I got my butt whipped by my brother.
All right, so Mel was lowest, right?
I had 5.
Me and Mel are tied with 5.
All right, Mel will go and then Joe will go.
Yep.
Aw, I'm ready to embarrass myself. So 25-1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp, Back to the Future, Little Shop of Horrors, Inner Space, The Fly, Jack's Back, Running Man, Man with Two Brains, Return of the Living Dead, Blood Diner, Evil Dead, Die Hard, Pet Sematary, License to Drive, They Live, Beetlejuice, Heathers, The Thing, Overboard, Who's That Girl, Killer Clowns, Legend, People, Gleaming the Cube, Lost Boys in the Burbs.
I like the emphasis on legend.
Yeah.
Good list, though,
That's a
kiddo.
damn good list.
I was like on no list.
I'm proud that didn't make
The Tom Hardy movie about the
Yeah.
McRae brothers, that was a 2000s movie.
Yeah.
Everybody.
The
a good one. Too.
fantasy Tom Cruise
Yeah.
movie. Come on now.
Yeah. it's
Rick
a
had
good-
his teeth
Legend
over
is
it.
Tom
awesome.
Hardy is actually really good.
That's a cool question. We already know from Mel it would be Burbs is your favorite that didn't make it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Literally
Mine,
everyone's.
mine would be
number one,
Roger
that's not-
Rabbit. Mine would be Roger.
Yeah, Roger
So,
Rabbit.
Joe, it's your turn then.
All right, don't hate me, but here we go. Mine goes The Last Starfighter, The Race,
Ooh.
The Last American Virgin, The Last Dragon, 3 O'Clock High, Friday the 13th Part 3, Bad Boys with Sean Penn, La Bamba, Beat Street, Sleepaway Camp, Halloween 3, Thrashing, Streets of Fire, Better Off Dead, Grease 2, Footloose,
These two, wow.
Stand By Me, Lucas, Stand and Deliver, Pretty in Pink, Karate Kid, Breakfast Club, Rad, Goonies, and E.T.
Banger list.
He likes movies that are about the last of things.
Really?
Yeah,
I agree with everything, man.
Mine is like Bob's. It's all on nostalgia.
I loved it, dude.
Grease too?
Except
Like
Grease
Grease
2,
too?
I was down with all of it.
Yeah.
I love Grease 2 more than Grease 1. I'll sing that all day long.
Almost
Good
my
list, though,
entire
Joe.
list is based on nostalgia, like stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
I go by what I watch the most rewatchability wise, not what people like.
Yeah, most of these I've
Same.
watched a lot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's your list. So once again, I just don't care what people think of my list. It's what I
It
do.
sounds bad, but mine was based on nostalgia too, even though it's
I think
mostly
imagine
horror.
like help movies that I love. That
Yeah, I understand that most of the movies on my list, people would be like, "Why is that there?" But I grew up watching it on repeat with my dad. Like it's 90% of my list is stuff my dad showed me as a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say I
That's how it goes.
watched everybody's videos, and like I said, Bob's I resonated the most with because a lot of his ones I really enjoyed. I just watched Jared's this morning because it was a live stream. It was so long,
I know
it took me a while to
Garrett.
watch it.
Garrett would appreciate a lot of the titles.
Garrett, yeah.
He grew up.
What we got?
Well,
is it Bob's turn? Who had?
Yeah,
it's probably Bob's next, right?
Yeah, Bob could go. Yeah.
All right, so 25. I'll start with. I got Over the Top, Flashdance, The Blob, The Lost Boys, Dirty Dancing, The Terminator, Cobra, Lock Up, Porky's, The Thing, Christine, Youngblood,
That's a good
Can't
one.
Buy Me Love, Mischief, Roadhouse, Cocktail, Less Than Zero, Tough Turf, Class of 1984, First Blood, Scarface, Bull Durham, Back to the Future, Karate Kid, and number 1 is Bloodsport.
Nice.
It's a great
So
list.
that's good. There's a couple in there that I didn't think anybody was gonna pick, so that's good to know.
Christine, that's
Yeah.
a good one. I totally forgot about Christine.
Christine's
Like I said,
Don't start with me, Mel. Yeah, I gotta rewatch the replay.
on Bob's list, the one that I really I was really shocked about and I enjoyed was that a lot of people don't talk about is Mischief and Youngblood. I love both of those films.
Mischief is so good, Garrett. I know you
Yeah.
like Mischief.
Yeah, I love Mischief.
I was gonna say
Sounds like a dad watching list.
It's right.
You're supposed to
I
do
would say
your
mine
favorite
is right
Mischief,
here.
not your dad's.
It's got
My
Kelly
Mischief's
Preston.
License to Drive.
Oh, sweet.
I have it as a double feature. I love that film.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised Roadhouse didn't get any top 50 love. It's a good one.
It just got a recent release too.
Yeah. The Vinegar Syndrome one.
All right, so somebody clip what Mel's face looked like.
No, you go back and watch the stream.
By the way, for Bloodsport, I watched that for the first time actually the other night. I watched Enter the Dragon and then I watched Bloodsport the next night.
I did the.
I
double.
enjoyed Enter the Dragon more, like much more. I dug Bloodsport. I just Enter the Dragon was better, I thought.
Both were good. Bloodsport.
Brick, no hit.
Yeah, they're both good. Now Derek's just got to watch the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it this afternoon. God.
Garrett, why don't you go next?
All right, cool. All right, mine was starting at 25. Can't Buy Me Love, then Child's Play, Great Outdoors, License to Drive, RoboCop, Terminator, Goonies, Class of 1984, Just One of the Guys, Breakfast Club, Rad, Firstborn, Tough Turf, Weird Science, Batman, Gremlins, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I don't know how that didn't make top 50, Burbs, Ghostbusters,
Jesus.
Fright Night, Teen Wolf, which didn't hit either, Lost Boys,
No,
Karate
yes,
Kid, Back to
Teen
the
Wolf.
Future as number 1.
I heard Tough Turf, so way
Tough
to
Turf
show
is
some
on there.
love.
And Class of
Tough.
84, both on there. Oh, yeah.
84 is great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. New Kids is good too. That just missed.
Hell
it.
I'm a big fan of anything that has James Spader in it.
Me too.
Same.
So
I would be hard pressed to find a movie in the 80s that Garrett hasn't seen.
Indiana Jones.
I
Well, that wasn't hard at all.
Any of them.
Even nobody watched those.
Pretty
So
easy.
KB did hit the nail on the head though. If anything that you want to be in there, it hasn't had any type of new flashy release anytime soon. It's some stuff's just not on people's radars. They don't even think about it. If they did get
Yeah.
something new, it probably would make the list. So, Derek, why don't you go?
Sure. Yeah. I just want to say again that I didn't help the ones that I knew were going to be in the top 5, etc. So number 25, Back to the Future.
Wow.
No, you didn't help. Number 24, The Shining. 23, The Goonies. 22, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. 21, Beetlejuice. 20, Nightmare on Elm Street. 19, The Fly. 18, Airplane. 17, Prince of Darkness. 16, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. 15, Night of the Creeps. 14, Revenge of the Nerds. 13, Brazil. 12, Blood Simple. 11, UHF. 10, Raising Arizona. 9, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. 8, American Born from London. 7, Rain Man. 6, Terminator. 5, RoboCop. 4, Adventures in Babysitting. 3, The Thing. 2,
Good one.
And number 1, because nobody else will, The Toxic Avenger.
That was a deep cut there. That was wild.
That's amazing.
You were the only top vote for Toxic Avenger. You
Was
were
I
one
the
of
only
few votes.
vote, though?
You weren't the only vote in general, but there
Okay.
wasn't a whole lot.
Good. Glad I
Yeah,
helped.
what was your
you
number
got some
two?
Coen Brother
Your
stuff on
audio
there.
cut out. What was number two? Number 2?
I closed it already.
It did. It made it.
Evil Dead, I think.
Oh, Evil Dead.
Was
It didn't make it.
Toxic Avenger above Blood Diner is the question.
Mhm.
Oh, in the end.
I think
I hope so.
everything was above Blood Diner.
All right, so
Not to mention a classic.
I think we agree that Blood Diner only got 1 vote.
Yeah, Toxic Avenger apparently he's got 2, right?
So Alex and I were tied, and then it seems like Ryan got the most. So I'll go, then Alex, then Ryan. So my list, 25
Huck gotta go.
Oh, Huck didn't go.
Huck,
And Hulk, you don't get to do it.
you don't get to go, buddy. Hey, yeah.
Evolution, but collectors club forgets about it. They want to support one another. They just
Bring
forget
Kitten
about it.
Paws in here.
Go ahead, Huck. Go ahead, Huck.
I mean, shit.
ahead.
Whatever.
We're gonna put you on the big screen this time.
So pretty.
All right, Huck, you
Bring
go.
it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. All right. I mean, it's good to be the redheaded stepchild in this fucking group. All right.
That's what happens when I go out of order. Out of order is hard to
Yeah.
All right. So I got 11, and I'll start at number 25. And I'll say, Garrett, you're the only other person that has something on my list. So number 25 was The Untouchables, then Stripes, Lethal Weapon, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Fly, RoboCop, Batman, Rocky 3, Poltergeist, The Breakfast Club, Big Trouble in Little China, Superman 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Sorry, Tim. Just One of the Guys. Garrett, there we go. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Airplane, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Terminator, Aliens, Die Hard, E.T., Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Back to the Future.
Mel said The Fly though.
Hulk,
as well.
when you said
Yeah, we all had a few.
the Untouchables would have 100% made my list. That just I drew a blank on that because that's like top 10, top 15 for me. I just
super good.
It
Great
is.
performances.
I just saw it like last year when it came out on the 4K for the first time.
Yeah,
So good, so good.
I like Huck's list too.
As I said, the Chicago way. One of his pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way, and that's how you get involved.
Wow, that's really good, Sean Connery.
I love it.
Hey, that's my thing.
Do it more.
Yeah, we need to hear that more.
Do an entire stream of that voice now.
Oh, okay. That'll be funny.
I do want to hear you do a whole stream in that voice.
Next collector's whole stream.
All right.
It'll be a 5-minute stream.
Yeah.
My wife's
I'll
got
have to get into the headspace before I start.
Right,
Is there anyone I skipped, or is it really just the Alex and Ryan?
No, it was just
No,
me.
that's good.
It just me. But it's okay. No.
You're good.
All right, okay, so 25-1. Adventures in Babysitting, Shining, Ghostbusters 2, Poltergeist, RoboCop, Stand By Me, Escape from New York. Drastically didn't get enough love. They Live, Witness. Where was the Witness love? Nightmare on Elm Street, War Games, Halloween 3, Breakfast Club, Back to the Future 2, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Back to the Future, Blade Runner, Raiders, The Thing, Christine, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 1, Ferris, Die Hard, Ghostbusters.
Everyone's waiting to see the 4K of Witness. That's why nobody's.
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
It's really good, but I'll wait 6 months.
Yeah,
It
Witness
would
was
actually
great.
probably be higher.
It's a
after
great
that.
movie, though.
Yeah, Witness was amazing.
I
Yeah,
haven't
Witness
seen
is really
Witness
good.
before.
So Tim, it's worth the $40 Arrow's charging for it.
Oh, I would easy pay it. I love Witness. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's such a great performance by Harrison Ford, but just all around, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I've never heard of that movie until.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
The only thing is the trailers can kind of lead you on a little bit more. There's a little bit more action. It's a drama with some slight
it's a
action.
drama.
Yeah.
Did it? It didn't have a Blu-ray release, did it? Is this a
Yeah.
DVD?
No.
to-
It did have
Yeah.
a Blu-ray.
It did?
I looked at that
Yeah,
too.
it did. It was stripped though. If you still have the DVD, it's got this great commentary, making of, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. They didn't port
'Cause-
any of that over to the Blu-ray, so
Yeah, because I still have the DVD of it
that's the better.
until I get the 4K.
It's a good movie, though. Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm hoping after the 4K, I'm seeing lots of posts on people watching it for the first time and loving it. Because
Sure,
it's
yeah.
we did
Ryan
on
might
Huck's
even
channel.
like it.
Who might like
It's
it?
got it's Harrison Ford, isn't
Ryan,
it?
he doesn't like Harrison Ford, but he might like it.
No, I think I remember seeing it on TV when I was younger. Like it rang a bell whenever I seen it got announced, but I don't remember the movie.
When you get to that last moment, though, like the end, the last 15 minutes, like it's so good.
Yeah.
The first 4.5 hours.
Tim, stop talking about it. You're notorious for spoilers, so just stop.
Oh, fuck off! Alex, why don't you go now?
Poor Tim can't even help himself.
All right, 25-1. So I got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Teen Wolf, Friday Part 4, Halloween 4, The Goonies, Beverly Hills Cop, Big. Where was the love for Big at?
Die Hard. You didn't even have it on your list. Where's the love for Big?
I love Big. Die Hard, Predator, Top Gun, The Karate Kid, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Coming to America, Batman 89, The Breakfast Club, The Terminator, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Shining, The Thing, Poltergeist, Scarface, Empire Strikes Back, E.T., and Back to the Future.
Dag nabbit, that's a great list.
Prospect.
Cons, darn it.
I have to watch the language. I don't want to be on Tony's list.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Tony.
Shape up.
You don't want to hear the things he says when he's off camera.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, you had 15 of 25.
Yep. And the first two are pure nostalgia to me, and nobody's even mentioned them. Imagine that. 25, G.I. Joe the movie, Transformers the movie,
Great stuff.
Young Guns, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Commando, Beverly Hills Cop, Stand By Me, Coming to America, Big Trouble in Little China, Ghostbusters, Goonies, The Blues Brothers, Rambo First Blood, Scarface, Aliens, Beetlejuice, Die Hard, The Thing, Terminator, Karate Kid, RoboCop, Batman 89, Star Wars, Predator, Back to the Future.
Nice.
Noise.
You know what's funny? You started that list, and I'm like, how do you get to 15? But as you started getting it, all right, you're starting getting stuff that made it.
I would have had more if I didn't have G.I. Joe and Transformers on there. Like those two could have been taken off, but those are still two of my favorite kid movies. So
great ones.
And you had Big Trouble on there. Nice.
That's my favorite Carpenter movie of all time.
That's
Even though I've got
mine too.
Thing higher, I've got Thing higher, but I understand how important the Thing is to so much stuff.
Said which Star Wars, Ryan?
The Empire Strikes Back. It's my second favorite Star Wars movie behind Rogue One. Fight me.
As long as you don't say episode 8 or 9, nobody will fight.
Yeah, and I'm a Empire guy. I'm not a good guy. That's why I probably don't like Han Solo and Luke and all them either.
I don't know if it has to do with it being the 80s, but I feel like I loved everybody's list. So it's either everybody's got great taste in movies, or it's just the 80s are just so full of like
The
unbelievable
80s
movies.
are
It's the 80s, though.
It's the 80s.
Yeah.
That was my Wheel of Fate thing. It's just impossible not to make a good list.
Yes, Ken.
Yeah.
Rogue One. It would have been even better if Florence Pugh would have been in it.
Yes.
Pew.
Yeah, she pew 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 come out of the ship just banging and then get shot in the face.
I did want a little bit more John Carpenter love, but I guess I didn't really expect it.
It was tough because he's like one of my favorite directors, and I don't even have any of his movies on my list. And it's like I love all of his movies, but it's just there's so much to choose.
You didn't have
It's
The Thing on
crazy.
your list?
No.
Wow.
Nope. It was on my,
16
when
Candles,
I
I
my
would have
pile.
expected that been in.
True.
So now that we've gone through this, what would be, because I know as soon as I finished my list and posted it, I completely forgot there's like two major omissions for me. I would have taken The Fly off and put American Werewolf in London. Cannot believe I made that mistake.
And you would have like pushed it into the 25.
I would have, yeah, because I like it more than The Fly. I just spaced out and I forgot about Predator. Whoops.
I forgot about the Breakfast Club. I would have probably dumped off the two animated, the G.I. Joe and Transform movies, and I would have had Breakfast Club on there and probably, man. Untouchables, because I love Untouchables too. I completely forgot about that.
Breakfast Club. I just didn't want it on my top 25, Ryan.
Oh man.
Every John
Now
Hughes
you
movie,
troll-
like
you
these are
trolling,
all
trolling.
Troll.
All right. So, anyone got any closing stuff? We'll go around in the normal, same old, close it out. Say whatever you want to say about you, your channel, the blah blah blah. I hope you all had a good time. I really do.
That was fun, man.
It was fun.
Very fun.
I had a blast.
Aggravating, but
Yeah, I never laughed so much.
Let me know down in the chat, by the way, too, if whenever I do the next one, what would people want? Because I don't know how a 70s one will play necessarily.
2000 and 2010.
I think
Star Wars
now
would
it's
be
time
number
to
one.
get
If you
higher,
did
like
70s.
2000s. Yeah,
Yeah,
2000s.
What if you went into a genre like
I
comedies or?
I could do that too. I was actually thinking comedies would probably play pretty well too.
Comedies would be good. You could do 70s, but it'd be a lot harder.
Yeah,
A lot less fun.
And 70s would, I mean, Star Wars would win. Just
Yeah, Star Wars would be number one.
Jaws.
And Superman would be second.
All right, so yeah,
Godfather.
people could give opinions, and if you guys want to, as you're going around, whatever you think the most, and I'll have to think of what one I think plays the most that most people would want to actually contribute to. I'm God, 70s. There's great stuff, but
there is.
I don't know how that'll play.
2000, and if you go 2000, 2010, like you get just some of the best comedies. You get a lot more CGI heavier stuff.
Don't tell Tim that he hates the 2000s.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
I'm the same way.
2000s is my least favorite decade of movies. I hate it.
Tony wants a worse movie of the 80s.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, they
throw
Those would be all the movies on my list.
there's no good comedies around that time.
I was waiting for that.
Dang it, Tony. Look at him down there. Blood Diner #1.
And can we give it up for the chat if we didn't? Like, they've been great tonight. Like, great conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in the
Oh,
chat
God.
has been just
Wow.
awesome.
Write Tony's name down on your list, Mel. Blood
Yeah,
dagger.
look at him go. Side eye.
Got your
Had
number.
that thing for hours waiting to use it.
All right, so why don't we start the going around, and I'm going to do this in order so I do not forget, starting with Puck.
First place. No, just thanks for having me on. This was tons of fun. All the people that contributed and you added as videos, they were amazing. I've been subbing to people as you go that I hadn't heard of, so that was a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody submitting their lists, and thanks for letting me be on here. You know my channel. Hey, I got my new room tour. Go watch that. That's all I have.
It's a great room tour. He
watched it.
packs a lot of stuff in a
watched it.
small area.
It took a
Yeah.
long time to get here, but it's
Yeah, that's good.
It reminds me of Mel when you did your thing. I was like, the whole time I'm putting it to you, I'm like, oh, it's just like Mel.
Aw, yeah.
I just
All right.
didn't assemble stuff.
Joe.
I just want to say thanks for having me on. It was last minute, but I'm glad that I got asked to do it. As always, sub to everybody else. Don't worry about me. I'm just glad to be here and have a great time.
Well, everyone should sub to you anyways because you're awesome also.
Yes. Sub to Martinez Joe.
Yeah.
As well. Thank you for having me on. I know I was like last minute because someone else dropped off. I was very happy to be here. I wanted to be a part of this when you announced it, but I know you probably already had to do panel already together. But if you guys haven't heard of me, just search Alex Thomas Reviews. I do a lot of videos and check me out.
Yes. All right, Mel.
I am Mel from My Killer Podcast. I'm also 1/3 of the Rad Pack. Thank you, Tim, for having me on. This was so much fun. 80s is my jam. I think my list sucked.
80s is not your jam.
It was an excellent list.
I guess I was saying that 80s isn't my jam anymore.
The horror
No,
is. Horror is.
It was a great list, Mel.
Thank you, everybody
Yes.
in the chat. You guys are awesome. I love everyone. I had a great time.
All right, Derek.
Ahoy there, I'm Derek, the convicted cinephile. Yeah, thanks for having me as always, Tim. This was great. I probably preferred 50 through 26 more than 25 to 1, to be honest with you. Like Joe said, sub to everyone else here. Sub to the people in the description if Tim has that all in there who were in videos tonight, because that's
Yes.
awesome, and I'm going to do that as soon as we're done. And yeah, I've been doing Spirit Halloween hunting videos, and the 4 closest stores to me haven't even opened yet. So hopefully next week I'll be at 4 new stores, and also Arrow video sales and whatever the heck else I have time to do. So thanks for stopping by.
Yes, for anyone that wants to watch Spirit videos, Derek and Huck got Spirit covered pretty well.
Let's go.
All right, Garrett.
Yeah, I'm Garrett over at Born to Be Rad, and I'm also 1/3 of the Rad Pack as well. And if you guys want to check me out over on either of those channels for all things physical media, horror, nostalgia, collecting. And yeah, thank you guys, Tim, for having me. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for being so interactive, and everybody else on the panel, like I said. Everybody's list was great. So we either have a really good panel or I just like too many 80s movies. So thanks again.
It's probably both.
All right, Bob.
Yeah. Bob's Blu-rays is where you can find me. I'll probably be recording a video tonight. I went Blu-ray hunting, and I think that's the most I've ever spent on a Blu-ray hunting trip. So,
oh boy,
like 50 or 60 movies.
Damn.
So yeah, I had a lot of sex. But I got a tournament coming up. It's Derek will be co-hosting it with me. Actually, Tim will be on there. Joe will be on there. On the same team, so it's 2 teams of 4, so it's going to be a good time, and steel books and slipcovers. And then the night before that, I've also got D-Rays. I'll be doing a battle against Nick. I'm sure people have seen the reels that Nick has been putting on. And I've had threats. I've had threats with Ken and Tony telling me if I don't win, I'm out of Bid Levolution. So I don't know what's up with that. Win. I guess Mel was right about Bid Levolution. But yeah,
I was.
But there's always good things that can come of that. So
yeah, right. There's better stables. It's okay.
All right. Ryan, Movies with Ryan, all one word. You can find me on Letterboxd, Instagram, YouTube, all of those. I'm doing my August rush right now where I'm putting out a video a day. I'm trying to challenge myself, put out more content. Still got my Fresh Friday Driving Jam, Sunday Spin, and I got my Monday Steelbook post on Instagram. Check it out. Next month, I got something coming on Instagram for every day again. So wait and see. Panel, been great. Thank you, Tim. Chat, awesome. Good
Ryan,
list.
you've almost
80s
gotten
rock.
as good at that as Tim is.
Yeah, I know. Yay, Tim. Oh, wait.
80s.
I am terrible with that. I don't even need to. I spoiled things. I'm not giving an outro. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. This was fantastic. This is all about the community, and you guys showed up all around. We'll be doing another one in the future, so I just got to figure out what the hell it's going to be. But you guys gave good input, so figure something out. We'll do it on something. But yeah, that's all. Good night.
Stay red.